started if you guys would like. We can, I mean, I don't mind waiting on Meta, and I guess I don't know if David is here at the moment.
Don't need to wait on Meta.
I mean, I do need him for my plan.
You have a plan?
Yeah, the one that you also helped make last Monday, 2 in the morning.
Is it different than we're just winging it?
I think the winging it strategy you proposed was that Revert and Wilfred climb up a toilet. I carry Revert so we're both invisible. We snatch the elf. I carry the elf out, and if absolute worst comes to worst, you hide in the basement somewhere until you can turn invisible again and sneak. But also, yeah,
I don't remember there being something about us crawling through the toilet in there.
oh yeah. I mean that might have been something I recommended.
Uh-huh. Right, because we're trying to break into the torture chamber / oubliette area, right?
Yep. We have to find out if the church and the nobles are in on the elvish conspiracy.
Right. Okay, I'm down for it. There were like ground level windows that went into the basement, right?
There was exactly one. It is not very big. It is on the inside of the uh, actual, like, it connects to the courtyard inside the castle walls.
So invisibility lasts an hour. So, well, for what you're saying is, in 1 hour you're gonna climb over to the outer wall, go across the courtyard, and find some way inside and down the stairs without being detected.
I was going to climb up the toilet, then walk through the second floor, down the stairs into the first floor, grab the elf, and then go back the way I came.
By toilet, you mean the garderobe
Yes.
on the second floor.
Yes.
That leads to a narrow hallway.
That's why I'd be invisible.
You do understand, and now this is Rever talking, you do understand invisible does not mean incorporeal.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Although I see your point. It would take someone to trip on their shoelaces and then they'd know we're there. Hmm.
Also, how big is the hole in a typical garderobe?
I mean, it's as big as the hole in like a toilet seat lid.
So it's like about a foot in diameter.
Yeah, I mean, you could easily get your head in there, but you know,
I'm
broad
almost.
shoulders.
I could almost stand sideways in it
Yeah.
if I took my hat off.
Historically, people have climbed up and through them for castle sieges. It's done. It's been done. Uh, it's not fun. You're gonna have a hard time getting through the space as a fully grown adult, but you could do it.
Yeah, like the amount of flexibility required to basically mean Wilford can't wear armor.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, if he's all right with that, I'm perfectly fine. I mean, I can. I'm literally 1 foot 1 inch tall. I could like almost fit sideways if I duck my head.
Okay, yeah, at least comparing my own shoulder width. a foot wide. That's kind of messes with the shoulder region itself, but
Yeah, that's why you basically got to like put one arm through next to your head and then kind of like shimmy your rib cage sideways.
right, which is gonna make getting a okay, that's gonna make getting a person back down through the toilet difficult.
I mean, getting them back down through there, if they're resisting, is going to be extremely difficult. If they're not resisting, it will be very easy. The problem is, it is a pretty decent drop.
Does poop typically pile up at the bottom?
It is pretty regularly cleaned out.
Shit.
Yes, it
Yes.
is.
They knew
Alright.
even back in these times, for the wrong reasons, that human waste is not a good idea to keep next to your living space.
Yeah, pretty
Right, 'cause,
much
you know, the
every
smell is gonna give you the
morning.
plague.
Pretty much every morning they have somebody who comes by, goes down all the roads, and you know,
A gong bar.
shovels. Yeah, shovels everything up. Any place that's bigger that actually has its own bathroom, they go down and they shovel the stuff out. If somebody's got an outhouse, they do that too. Take it all to a pit outside of town and bury it.
Alright. Okay, so that kind of shoots the toilet plan in the foot.
When we were in the basement, what were the walls made out of?
Most of them are made out of stone. The room where the actual torture was conducted did have bits where the stone was broken and there was dirt showing through.
And the floor?
The floor in that one room is dirt, but everywhere else is stone. It has large bits of stone in that flooring, but it is it's like mixed mixed earth and stone.
Right. Alternate plan. We don't go into the castle. We tunnel under it and come up into the basement.
That works for me.
It's
All I
not an infiltration, Emily. It's just a surprise Sally port.
Sounds like an
No.
infiltration.
Sounds
No,
like
no, 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 no.
EA.
It's not an infiltration. It's
But I'm down for
yeah,
that.
it's a
so it's
surprise
okay.
Sally port. Or if they don't buy that, we are giving them a drainage pipe so that their cellar doesn't fill up with mold.
Idle is following Emmy if Emmy's leaving.
I will do the same.
All right.
So what you're saying is you're trying to give them a sense of pride and accomplishment?
Yes.
I'm saying if we get caught, I'll pull out a piece of paper using my that I will whip up with my forgery kit. That is a contract to add a Sally port to a neighboring castle, and we'll just say, "Oh shit, we got the wrong address."
All right. I should probably leave behind the badge that shows I work for Sir Wolfland and then shave as well. That way I'm less easily recognizable.
Torment's not gonna do anything. Knock the dust out of his hair. Make sure his red hair is shiny.
You know, the funny thing is, I can't tell if you all are being serious or not.
They actually are.
We're being deadly
Yeah.
serious.
Torment is very serious. He's got an intelligence of 6. He doesn't really care what he looks like.
Reverend has mold earth. He is fully capable of tunneling into this castle.
And then if they question why there's also a human here, is the cover that I'm here to make sure that you don't do any know me shit. Or should we get shovels?
I think you should get some shovels.
Excellent, we'll get shovels. AGR,
Mhm.
can we do some wealth roll for some shovels?
Absolutely. Yes, you can.
I don't suppose anybody could help with the guidance.
You can't.
Guidance, what's that?
You can't
Alright.
guidance a wealth roll. I know
Well-
it looks like an ability score, but
What's a guidance?
Okay, here we go. Fuck
no,
you,
you
dice
fail to find a
bot.
shovel that you can afford.
One of these days, I will pass a wealth roll.
You only needed a 3.
There's about a 1 in 3 chance of you passing that. Or failing.
You know, I'm pretty sure my wealth roll luck is worse than Spectre's charisma saving throw luck.
Really, just that entire series of rolls on Saturday.
It was just a huge oof.
That was some high comedy right there.
Yep.
So are we good for the tunneling plan, or do you want to abseil from the top of the keep?
I'm thinking the tunneling plan sounds better. AGR, what
Mhm.
side of the cellar was that spot? The digging.
Well, I posted the map once already. I'll repost the map. And I will tell you that the right-hand side of the map is north.
Alright. But which part of the floor is the soft part? Is that the larder?
Which part do you think?
I'm gonna guess it's the larder because it's colored poop brown.
Hmm.
Larder is normally a kitchen, I think.
Oh, I know.
Pantry.
Well, I mean, a larder's where you
No.
store your shit.
It's a place to store like dry goods.
It's all the same at my house. I don't actually know.
I would just like to, after I, leave and everything, I'm going to go to the guardhouse because I think that's where I'm training for short bow or whatever. Wherever I train for short bow, I'm gonna go and practice. And as while I'm there, I'm just gonna pray to Saint Philip to just not fuck this up.
All right.
Whatever they're gonna do, just don't be stupid about it and give them.
Just fuck it up.
Help.
Too late.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
let's raise another question. When we successfully retrieve the elf, where do we fall back to? I mean, the clubhouse in the city seems a little risky.
I mean, what is your intention with the elf in general? It was my understanding this was a black bag op.
Yes.
So we'll probably end up near the river.
Right.
I'm failing to see the problem here.
You think we just float down the river?
It is a convenient way to dispose of corpses, yes.
Wait, we're not trying to get rid of the elf. We need to figure out about the elvish conspiracy.
Right. We take him to the edge of the river, we ask him our questions, and then we kill him.
But what if we don't get all the answers we need?
The elf's a her, by the way.
Then we kill it.
I don't think Gilbert understands what a black bag op is.
No, I understand what a black bag op is. I don't understand giving up the one living elf we've managed to detain.
Okay.
If we don't get the questions by the side of the river, where else do you think we could take her that would give us a better chance to get answers we need?
potentially a gnome hole or a woodsman cabin in the woods.
Do you happen to
Or
have a
any
gnome
option.
hole I don't know about?
No, but you do.
Well, I'm not
I mean,
letting
we
her
can
into my
torture
place.
her. We could torture him if you want.
I'm gonna go on a limb here and suggest that might not work.
She's already been tortured.
For 2 weeks at this point.
Yeah, for 2 weeks. So at this point, we're going to look like a goddamn rescue operation to her. We'll ask her a few questions, and then we'll basically be the good cop to their bad cop. We'll ask them a few questions and say that if she answers, we'll let her go. And we will, down the river, without a head.
Yeah, too
All right,
complicated for me. Just tell me what I can chop up, and I'll do it.
Sounds good.
I mean, Wilfred, I'm not really sure trying to keep an elf as a pet is a good idea, is what I'm getting at.
The distinction
Heresy.
I'm going over is less of a 1-day black bag op, or I should say distance of a river black bag op, more of a 1 or 2 days, what it takes to get the information. All of it.
Okay. They are going to discover their brand new Sally port rather quickly. They will be able to put 2 and 2 together. I could. Do you want me to?
That would be advisable to close it up behind us as we retreat.
Okay. I can do that.
That way they're left with no known escape route.
You're sure about that, though?
What would not work about that?
Oh, nothing. I'll definitely close the Sally port.
It's a trap.
But why are you asking if I'm sure about it?
It's a trap.
Well, I was under the impression you didn't want me to collapse half the wall.
Aren't you just molding the earth?
Yeah. So to fill it, I pull the earth from the ceiling to the floor. This may have effects on the surface.
Okay, perhaps just close the exit point. We're in the cellar.
Right, and then we can stuff the tunnel with wood and stuff if we ever need a quick way in. Got it.
Exactly. Keep most of the tunnel, clog its entrance and exit.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Hey, David, are you here? All right. Well, we'll get to him later. So you guys are going to do that?
This brilliant,
Curious.
well-conceived plan? Yeah.
Curious. Okay. Well, so who all's involved in this mess?
Um,
All of us, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
I
If we
mean,
get caught, it will be all of us.
having all of us present,
I've got a very loud mouth.
having all of us present seems extremely risky. If we go with the I shave and get a haircut, that way I'm less easily recognizable and I leave behind the badge. I mean, they're not gonna. The Revert's gonna get away. I can off myself and they won't be able to recognize. If we have everyone else separate, that's probably for the best.
I mean, Idle's going to be smithing or learning to
Yeah.
smith.
Contain the damage as it.
I might as well continue the longbow training of mine. That'd be good.
How long would it take for you, Revert, to dig into the cellar?
I can basically make a 5 foot wide, 5 foot tall tunnel at a rate of 5 feet every 6 seconds.
In that case, we can be blessing to the trickster ahead of time.
So, AGR, looking at the map of
Yep.
Sarkany, looking at the Blackbird's Nest, there's 2 longish buildings there that either of those could be the keep in your map. Which one is it?
The keep, the keep, the keep, the keep is both of those. It is one building. It is an L-shaped building.
You said on your map to the right is north, right? Of the keep? Okay. So it's under the section just north of B. That's like close to B, but the section closest to the round tower, that is where the larder is. Looking at this.
Yeah, so the larder is pretty much directly under the like I mean based on your knowledge of the layout and your intelligence, it's probably directly under the west wall, slightly like maybe slightly past the edge of the wall of the kitchen.
Okay. Is the wall typically patrolled?
Yes, but only lightly.
Okay. How fastidious are they about keeping soft cover and concealment clear from around the wall?
They are pretty good about it. There is a little bit of like dry scrub right at the base, but there's a pretty tall hill there, and it's really rocky terrain. So it keeps itself naturally pretty clear as well.
What I'm getting at is we need a concealed place for the entrance. And I want it to be as close to our target location as possible so we can minimize the length of the tunnel.
It is it's a rocky hill with a lot of grayish, like brown stone and a few bits of dead, like bushes that might conceal Revert, but probably nobody bigger than him.
Couldn't we just prep that by being invisible?
I'd rather save those spell slots, if possible.
All right.
Mostly because let's assume everything goes sideways.
Right.
So we're making a run for it. Having a concealed exit point will be handy to not get shot by arrows in the back as we run for it.
Arrows don't hurt.
Arrows, in fact, do hurt.
They will be shooting arrows longer than I am tall. So
Oh, okay, let me rephrase that. They may hurt you.
I mean, if this, hopefully, Tormund, we're not going to need you present. They'll spot you very. You are a 7-foot ginger after.
all right, so what you're saying, AGR, is that the closest good concealment is like that clump of trees, like 300 feet to the south of the tower, by the edge of the river, where it starts to actually turn into forest.
I mean, yeah, that would be concealed over there by the little hobbit slums. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I would also suggest we try this at night. But
Oh, of course.
I guess then for like the rest of the day, I'm just forging up. Who is the Duke's superior?
The Duke's superior,
Is there a
the
king?
king.
Well, I didn't know
Yeah.
if this is like a Burgundy situation where the Duke is actually the highest guy. All right. Well, then, what's the next closest castle besides this one?
Oh, let's see. Well, with your intelligence, I will say you can make a, let's call it a history check. You probably would know this, so it's not that tough.
I'm a gnome. I have no fucking idea. All right.
Okay, so for the life of you, you cannot remember. You're thinking, and you're like, is it?
I know. I got it. I can't remember this damn castle. I'd like to forge a work order backdated to when the Baron was still alive, ordering a new Sallyport put in on this day. Like it's like a work contract. And
All right.
because it's a Sallyport, there's a confidentiality clause where I'm not supposed to tell anyone about it except those directly necessary for the completion of the Sallyport.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think you're capable of forging that document. Why don't you? What role did I have you do for the last forgery? Oh,
I honestly don't remember. I think it was just a intelligence check.
yeah. You have proficiency in the kit, so you can add your proficiency.
I do. Cool.
Don't you have
No,
proficiency?
I
with
bought the
forgery?
kit because I needed the tools to actually forge it. But I'm not actually proficient in it.
Well, no bonus,
Okay.
but intelligence check. Okay. I mean, you're pretty sure this would pass a casual inspection for sure.
Great. All right.
Once they take it to the back office, you're pretty sure you're screwed.
It's okay. I just need to buy some seconds to turn invisible and leg it.
Hmm.
Alrighty.
Yeah. So it's like RR and R with W, construction company.
Revert, and Revert.
When I cast mirror image, you'll know what the RR and R means.
Oh Lord.
All right. So we go to this.
Revert.
We go to this clump of trees at night,
Yep.
and yeah. Did you say something, Walker?
Yeah, AGR, during the day, I would like to have had Wilfred shave,
Okay. Wilfred will shave.
and I'm going to leave the badge indicating that I work for Wolfland uh, in the clubhouse.
We don't need no stinking badges.
Exactly.
Noted.
And then I begin boring.
Boring who?
You apparently.
Ah, oh, okay. Now, if you bore Torment, he'll go to sleep.
That's fine. You're just guarding the entrance to the Sallyport by sleeping
Oh, then
across it.
Torment, it's asleep anyway. Then, if he's on guard, he's asleep. He just sits in front of a doorway and sleeps because they can't move it.
Mm-hmm. As we begin digging, I would like to cast like alarm centered on the Sallyport entrance to just mentally ping me if anybody not in the party enters its area,
Sure. Absolutely.
and then I start digging.
Oh, actually, no, let's go with that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you get started. You make your way down into the woods, and you wander your way a little bit out. You want to just be outside of earshot of everybody in town, and you find a nice patch of earth where it looks like you won't be disturbed too much, and yeah, you start making your way in. Uh, yeah, the ground is pretty flat around here, so you kind of have to start with like a descent to get yourself low enough that you can have like a stable ceiling overhead.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
And yeah, then you start to burrow your way north.
All right. And as we do, Wilfred's a woodsman, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so if at any point we need like structural timbers or anything, he can do it.
Yeah. Could I have gathered that kind of stuff during the day, AGR?
Putting a lot of faith in Wilford.
It doesn't take that long to shave, so I'll say you can hack down a few trees, but you would have had to not take anything too big or too far, since like you would have wanted to haul from far enough away from your site that you wouldn't be like hacking out your own cover.
Right.
So you wouldn't get that much. You'd have to drag a few things like a moderate distance.
Well, we would probably only really need it close to our entrance, because once we're through the topsoil, the dirt's going to be a lot more compact and a lot harder.
Yeah. I mean, you get enough to make a solid entryway that you're pretty sure will hold up, and then every like 90 feet, you throw up just like a frame and a support, and yeah, you don't have to go that long after you get your first 190 feet. Uh, what's everybody's passive perception?
9.
9.
9.
Okay.
I do have the alarm
Oh
spell
no,
up.
mine's 11. Mine's 11.
Okay.
What?
Well, everybody in the tunnel. So that's really only Revert and also Wilfred, because he's setting up support beams.
I think.
Yeah. And I have lengths of rope,
Mm-hmm.
so that's what I'm using to keep track of distance underground.
Okay. Do me a favor and just make a quick intelligence check for me.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, because I would also leave like a burning oil lantern at the entrance, and I can use that as a sight to make sure we're staying straight. Because if it disappears, it means that it's curved.
Yeah. You have a really nice straight
Smart.
tunnel, and you dig like a little farther than maybe you would have ideally done before you're like, wait a minute, I'm not sure I'm deep enough to get under the moat. But you do realize it in time, and you dig your way under that as well. 16's not bad. But like as you start your downward digging, to kind of slope your way down a bit, and I assume you probably would want to smooth out the tunnel a bit so that you like behind you, so that you would still see that light.
Yes.
So it takes a while to clean that up, but you're able to do it, and you don't really dig like downward for very long before you get um, this faint sound of water. So you're pretty sure that you came maybe a little close. Um, but yeah, you continue your sort of downward slant for a little while until you're pretty sure you're past the moat. But you run into something mildly unexpected at this point. There's you should be pretty much in the center of the courtyard, but you hit a what appears to be a chamber.
Done found a hidden chamber.
Like I hit the stone wall of a chamber, or I dug into a natural cavern.
You dug into what appears to be a big dirt room with several filthy elves inside, and they are now all staring at you.
Oh shit!
Molded earth away the dirt.
Wait, what?
How many elves?
There are. Let me.
Well, let me put it this way. How many elves? How many entrances to this chamber? Does it look like they're doing the same thing we're doing?
It looks like they are doing the same thing you're doing.
Mold earth on the ceiling. I'm bringing this shit down right on their heads.
All right. Well, I think we need an initial roll to see if you have the chance to do that first.
All right.
Give me a second.
Well, this is deeply amusing.
They're doing it by hand, and there's just Revert with like his boring machine cap on.
Wilfred's in the back thinking, we could also just abduct one of them.
You should probably also roll initiative, Wilfred.
Oh, yeah,
In case we have to run. Do they have like little janissary caps on them or something? That we ran into them?
I mean, kinda.
Siege of Vienna.
Mm-hmm.
Is that all the initiative?
Oh shit, they don't have grenades, do they? I really hope they don't have grenades.
You don't. All right.
This is why I
BJ,
wanted to
is that all the
sell.
initiative?
I gotta tell you, man, that Inish. I would say you're surprised, but so are they. So it kind of cancels out.
Yeah, we all just stare at each other. We blink. I point at the ceiling. Down it comes.
Yeah, you're pretty sure you hear the words "no wait," or at least most of them. But
Uh-oh!
Should we unbury and attempt to talk to him? Like, just ahead. And then rebury them if we don't like what we hear.
Do I if they say no wait? Do I actually have a chance to not collapse the ceiling, or is that done?
no, I think they probably realize what you're doing as the dirt starts to fall. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's done.
Okay.
But you know, it's up to you what you want to do after that. I will say they probably
Kill
take some
them
damage from
all!
that, so let me
Wait.
figure out what damage they take.
Did the no wait seem to be in response to them realizing what he was doing? Or like they were saying it and then realized what he was doing?
They saw dirt falling onto their shoulders and onto their heads, and they were like, "Oh."
Gnomes can be very annoying when we're tunneling.
You know? I'm starting to realize I think our group has been the biggest contributor to their casualty rates for their operations than anything they were expecting. Thwarted by a bunch of amateur elf hunters.
All right. Well, I guess I'll give them some con saves because I don't know what else to do with this mess.
Strength save.
Are they suffering what
'Cause
we
they can't
suffered on
dodge these
Saturday
shit.
night?
That's fair. Strength saves. So you have one of them that manages to cover his head, and because what you brought down was mostly loose earth, he got lucky. But the other ones got beamed in the head with stones, fell prone, and then were coated in a lot more dirt.
Can I see the night sky through what I dropped? Did I actually tunnel all the? Did the collapse actually open up the hole to the courtyard?
No, you do not see the night sky, but there is now a small amount of I shouldn't say a small amount, a moderate amount of water has begun to like come into the room.
Were we not clear of the moat?
It doesn't look like it's enough water to have come from the moat.
Is there a well inside the walls?
There is a well inside the wall.
There was a well inside the walls.
No one's getting a bath tomorrow morning.
And God, what the fuck? The well's dry.
God. Gnomes really are the ultimate power of this world.
Okay, so yeah, I guess my action is dropping the ceiling on those unfortunate souls. So the guy who made a save, is he like only like half buried, like up to its waist in the dirt?
He's up almost to his knees. Everyone else fell prone because they got hit with actual rocks, and then they were buried, but probably only slightly. You might be able to see an elbow or a knee, but they're mostly buried.
Okay.
And some of what fell on them is stone, so it doesn't look like it would be incredibly easy to get back out from under that. But it's also not a ceiling, like a whole stone ceiling.
So I guess I will just turn to Wilfred, point at the elf, and say, "This one's probably easier to get."
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And
We'll right here.
and then I'm gonna run the other way,
All right.
20 feet.
Fair enough. So let's see. The second one is the one that passed his save, yes, and the second one is the one that goes. So,
There's a reason I'm running.
yeah, he's not. She's not thrilled. I should say she's not thrilled. Okay. Well, she's gonna look at the party, or at the two people that are here, and she's gonna look at her friends that are partially buried, and she's gonna run back down the tunnel the opposite direction.
Okay.
Yeah. It's pretty dark in here. I don't know what your range of your dark vision is, but I'm
60
pretty
feet.
sure she moves outside. Yeah, she moves outside of the range of your dark vision pretty quick.
Okay. So, but they had like a tunnel that led to their own tunnel that led to this chamber.
Yes.
Okay. And that's where she ran down that tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can I use my reaction? Just
To say
kinda
no, wait.
Stage whisper what was in Ned's basement.
Sure. You stage whisper.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like loud enough that she could probably hear, but not enough that like it's gonna go up through the hole in the ceiling.
Yeah. You don't get a response.
All right. I gotta be honest, I'm mostly in to figure out what was in Ned's. Oh, still in the niche and everything?
Yeah, you should try to grab one of the ones that's still there.
You're still in a niche. There are 2 buried elves.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to unbury one.
With your
Okay.
sword.
I'm getting
And-
a sense of deja vu right now.
Yeah, except instead of healing wording this elf when I get him out, I'm gonna, if they're still lucid, I'm gonna conk them on the head unconscious.
Okay. Go for it.
What?
I think you can do that. I'm trying to think. It was investigation to find someone in the other one. I don't think they're that deep. I think you can find them easily enough. So if you're trying to unbury them, I think it's mostly just like, I don't know. You try a grapple check to pull them out.
I mean,
Well, is he
not
trying to
pull
free him,
'em
or
out.
is he trying to knock him out prone?
I am attempting to figure out where they are, and if I see them squirming while they're still stuck in the dirt, conk them on the head.
Well, their
Like-
heads are buried, so you don't have a head to conk unless you pull somebody out.
I mean,
Little rabbit foo-foo.
are there any like body parts that were sticking out?
Just stab him in
Yeah,
the spine. They don't need legs where we're going.
You see a knee from one of them and an elbow from another one.
Grab both pieces and pull. If it comes off, it was not meant to be.
They're not wishbones.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
I'll,
but you
I'll
they
pull
can
on the
use them
elbow.
like that.
What was that, Wilfred?
I'm gonna pull on the elbow.
Okay. All right. Make strength.
Not athletics, but strength.
Yeah, just strength.
Ah, nuts.
Yeah. I mean, you get a little bit of dirt to shift, but that's about it.
Okay. I would like to use my bonus action to hide
Okay.
where I am. So I'm gonna like duck down or shit into the dirt. I don't know.
There's not a great hiding place in this room. I mean, like if you're looking to hide well, how about an intelligence check to see if you can find something that's maybe non-standard.
I mean, all right.
Okay. Yeah, you look around, you can't find a spot to hide, and then you look up and you realize there's like a shelf from the bit of ceiling that fell, where there's water coming down, and you're pretty sure you could. It looks stable enough you could hop up there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you can hop up there and bonus action hide. I'm not gonna make it a complicated procedure beyond that.
All right.
Okay, so these guys. Well, I think the first thing I need to do is figure out if they are actually conscious. Let's give them a con save to see if they kept any air in them. Tick, 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 tick. I guess I should use the other bot.
Do one of those elves look familiar to the party?
Party's not all in there.
Yeah,
Well,
but those
whoever's participating.
I mean, in the instant you saw them, probably not.
Hey, if y'all need help getting them out, you can always tie a rope around one of them's leg and toss
did
it
that
out
wrong.
to Torment.
Actually,
You will jerk really hard.
Mech, to my knowledge, every elf we have encountered, with the exception of the one that I spotted near the well, every single elf we know is dead.
Both of those elves appear to be like unresponsive. Neither one of them moves.
Rocks fall, elves die.
It was not meant to be.
It does not look like it was.
Goddamn, Roxfall really is the universal kill thing button.
I'm 2 for 2 with D&D campaigns. Rocks fall.
Great.
All of them are shit rolls. Oof.
Yep. So, I'm pretty sure these guys did not do well enough, and they are out cold. So, Revert, I believe it's you.
Okay. I go back in. I see the tunnel they came from. Mold earth, 5-foot block of earth, just like to seal it up. Is it
All right.
like is it capable of doing that? Like, or did they make it like super wide or something?
No, it's pretty narrow.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just pull in dirt from where the ceiling collapsed and just fill it right in.
Yep.
If that's what you want.
Yeah, because I don't want to get
You don't want to make it worse.
I don't want to make it worse, but also I want to make sure I seal that so that the elf can't just come running back in and gank us while we're stealing her friends.
Yeah.
And then I guess is it a bonus action to pull out Silo, or is it an action?
I think it's an action.
It's an action. Okay, so I guess I would just move over to assist Wilfred in stealing an unconscious elf.
Okay. Well, you're not under a huge amount of time constraint.
Wait, let's take both of them.
Yeah, if we got time, I'm gonna pop in Silo. We'll tie a rope to like Silo and just like drag these two elves out of the tunnel. I made it smooth, so it shouldn't be like too harmful for them. Like if necessary, we can make like what do you call it, like a little medic sled. There's a term for it besides that, and just drag them behind.
Like a stretcher. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You manage that. It takes a little while. Rabbit's not incredibly strong or anything, but you manage to.
Yeah, like I'll assist. I assume Wilfred will assist. We're all three of us pulling on these ropes.
Wilfred's doing like 85% probably. Yeah, you manage. Eventually, you probably get close enough that Torment helps.
Sure.
Are we sure it wouldn't be a good idea to still grab the one we came?
I already got you 2 elves. The Mishos get 1. Don't be greedy.
Okay.
Why not, though?
I mean, if we could grab 3, that would be really handy.
In what way would 3 be better than 2?
It's 1 extra elf we can inquire, and that one is
if you
probably broken.
If you just gave them your address and let this one go, you could have a lot of it. As many as you want.
All right. Well, let's
kill them all.
Well, we're going to turn first, so let's tie them up. Let's drag them like kind of like mold earth and like just not collapse the whole tunnel, but just like seal up the entrance. This side. Now that we're out.
Yeah.
All right. And let's squirrel away with these guys, and then like Wilfred can go and get the rest of the party because he can inform them about how our mission to purloin the noble's elf has resulted in us gaining 2 elves.
Where are we taking them though?
That is a good question.
I would recommend my woodsman cabin. It is fairly removed, like really removed.
Don't we have to go north through the town to get to that?
We can go through the wilderness.
Why don't we just
I
go
mean-
into the wilderness and then interrogate them there?
Yeah, you'd have to
Fair
cross a pretty wide river. It's not that deep. You could potentially get across it at certain points, but
Yeah, let's just go south into the woods. 'Cause there's woods there, right? Like actual woods, not like the little clump of trees we were using for cover.
Wait, isn't that
I
the
mean, if
direction
you-
their tunnel goes?
you didn't ask. Their tunnel actually seemed like it came from the east.
The east?
The city?
Nani?
Oh shit, that would have been a lot easier if we just broken into a building and tunneled in through the basement.
You know,
Wilfred,
We-
I'll let Wilfred know what I saw about the tunnel going to the east, and therefore it came from within the town, and that he should probably let Agatha know. She might be interested in knowing that detail. So we drag the bodies off to a piece of the woods. Torment and I can stand guard. You can go back to the town, Wilfred, and
Yeah.
gather the party.
AGR. How did it look like were they digging a tunnel with like physical means, or are they magicking it too?
Dig a tunnel, dig a tunnel.
Why don't you make a?
I mean,
we'll
wouldn't we have
just call.
seen tools if they were using tools? Well, we dug
I
them
mean,
out, and when we saw them,
would you have seen the tools? Maybe. Would you have seen tools if they exist? Maybe. But you then immediately brought the ceiling down, which could have hidden the tools if they were existent.
this is perception.
Yeah.
Fuck
You have
tonight.
no idea. You have no idea. You think one of them might have had a watering can?
Hmm. We are we sure we shouldn't just like figure out where that went anyways?
So you want to hold 2 prisoners while chasing down what could very well be a battalion of elves being ready to assault the castle.
Good
And you want to
point.
go and
Well,
poke around there alone?
Yeah, no, let's not. That's very dumb when you put it that way.
There are no stupid ideas.
All right. So
Yes,
will
there
they
are.
will they fuck off with the elves? I'm going to go back into town and gather the party.
And while he's doing that, I'm going to search these elves and take everything.
Okay. All right.
Are they conscious or unconscious?
They are currently unconscious. There are 7 magical, or not magical. There's 7 elven daggers among them. They have
Ooh.
like the same moon symbols and stuff on them.
Mhm.
None of them have like a sword or anything.
Okay.
They are wearing sort of filthy, kind of commoners' clothes. They're not peasant clothes. They don't look like farmers, but they look like sort of the poor end of the townsfolk.
Okay. That's it. Daggers and clothes. They had no vials of poison or rope or tools of any kind on them?
Not in the state they were in when you dragged them out.
Okay. I mean, does Torment want any of the daggers? Otherwise, I'm going to keep them to sell.
Yeah. No, I'll take one. Yeah, sure.
All right. I hand Torment one.
All right. Need something to pick his teeth with.
Pretty much.
By the way, once you get these guys out under moonlight, they glow pretty strong.
Yep. Those are elves, all right.
Could I have given him my cloak before I left
Sure.
to try to cover him?
I wonder
Yeah,
if they're
yeah,
tasty.
you don't do a good job of covering two elves with one cloak, but yeah.
So just how shady does it look that there's a Goliath, a gnome, and what appears to be a body bag going through this forest?
A glowing body bag.
Yes.
You know, it's not typical.
But I doubt anybody other than town guards will stop us.
Turns out like the halflings are used to seeing this kind of shit.
Well, there goes Revert again.
All right. Well, the elves are still unconscious for quite some time.
Yeah.
Might as well gather the party.
Yeah, we'll gather the party then.
You do note that they've been breathing this whole time. It is very shallow.
I do arrange them in such a way that they don't suffocate.
Yeah. Not face down in the mud.
Exactly.
Now face down in the river, much more efficient.
Yeah, nobody is ambushed in town. Nothing horrible happens. The party can gather. Is everybody here, players-wise?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'm still finishing homework, but I'm here.
Meta disappeared.
Yeah, he did.
Unfortunate.
He didn't
Yeah.
want to know nothing.
I mean, I assumed David was going to play tonight, but it looks like he might not be here. Maybe till Meta gets here.
I'm here, but like, when do I get introduced, or how does that work?
Oh, I was going to introduce you a little while ago, but you did not respond. I can introduce you pretty much at any old time. So it is the I'm going to just, for the sake of this, say that you guys did this and it happened to be market day, which does mean I have to move the day a few days forward, but that's not a big problem. So there are a fair number of like traveling merchants. It's the night before market day, so there's a fair number of traveling merchants that have like come into town and are like drinking and whatnot at the inn. So as the party is gathering, you do note that there's like, you know, there's a crowd of shady sort of individuals around.
Okay.
Is this where
So let me ask real quick. So Revert, you stayed behind in the woods while Wilfred
With Torment, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah. What's your character's name, Dave?
I am Bearslav?
Okay. They don't need to know. So Bear, whatever your name is. If you can post that in chat or something, it'll be easier for me to remember it. Or you can change your name to it in Discord. You notice that there is a man strolling down the street in a little bit of a rush. He looks like he's got an axe on him, and yeah, he you see him walk north of you, kind of in a questionable fashion.
With us?
No, yeah. So I'm look, you guys don't have a reason to be at the tavern, but this is really the only place you're gonna meet this guy. So what do you want me to do? Yeah. So Burslov, you see this woodsman who seems to be he's got a like a hurry going. He's moving pretty quick up through the town. It's a little suspect.
I guess I approach him and I say, "Greetings, friend. I am Burslav. You seem to be in a hurry. Do you need any hired sword?"
Wilford just gonna narrow his eyes, look at him. What's he look like?
He's just an average human of like 5'11", got brown hair, brown eyes, a disarming smile.
Can I insight check him, AJ, just to, you know,
Yeah, man, that's a
changeling? Trying to insight check to see if he seems like a changeling assassin.
Oh my god.
That's a whole one
clear.
higher than last insight check.
Clearly, he's here to murder you. No, he seems fine. He seems harmless.
Well, that would have been a very different response if he was here to murder me.
There is a
You know
large
what?
cut
You know what?
dripping black ooze out
Sure.
of his forehead.
Follow me. Follow me.
I
I'm gonna go to where the party is now.
Okay, yeah, you start gathering people up. You check out the clubhouse, you check out Agatha's house, you manage to round everybody up.
Excellent.
So what happened? Where are we going?
Follow. Just follow for now.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I'm going to lead everybody back out of the town and to the place where we are going.
Did somebody die this time?
I was
Nope.
super tense, but as
I
soon
mean-
as we left town, I'm starting to relax immediately. Like, oh, okay, good.
You know, stuff happened.
Is someone mortally wounded?
Oh, absolutely. As Wilfred looks both very on edge and extremely excited.
Okay.
This way. Come on. Go. Let's go. We'll
If
lead them through the
nobody's-
woods to where we're going.
If nobody's dead, is somebody dying?
Not yet.
I don't like that answer.
No one, I mean, no one we care about is dying.
Are we expecting a
Yeah.
fight?
No.
I'm still worried about that answer.
No one expects a Spanish Inquisition.
So you guys are still in the woods, right?
What's a Spanish?
Everett and
Yeah.
Make a perception check between the two of you, somebody.
Comp check.
Yep.
I hear you.
I have an 11, so
Make a perception check.
Because Rabbit's just sitting there on his rabbit watching the elves.
Yeah, he's just staring at him suspiciously, stroking his beard.
But you
Okay.
did call an 11.
Torment, you hear some cracking branches behind.
I turn and face that way. Hey, River, I think I hear something.
Silent image.
Silent image.
15-foot
Well, where is
cube of
it?
illusion.
Oh.
We're now inside. We're now inside of a rogue boulder.
Okay. Torment, you see the source of the noise. There is there's a squirrel in this tree, and there's a gnome on the branch next to him, and they're both like they're sitting there staring at you guys, and the gnome is like sitting there with a nut, and the squirrel's sitting there with a nut, and they both trade nuts, and they just look at each other, and then they look back at you guys.
Are you guys in Elfheim?
No.
Okay.
I do not know. There are elves here. Hello? Where are the elves? There's elves.
The boulder speaks.
The gnome falls out of the tree backwards and lands in a bush.
Well, I didn't mean for him to fall over. That's kind of bad.
Victory. Meta. That is what has happened. We have succeeded.
The gnome begins to approach the boulder very cautiously. As he gets closer, you notice.
I would also like to approach, like I'm like right on the other side of the illusory surface.
Yeah. As the gnome approaches the boulder, you notice his eyes are dilated quite a bit, and he reaches out, and he starts to say, "Shh, shh, good girl," and he starts to pat the boulder, and his hand, I believe, passes directly through this boulder. When this happens, I believe the boulder becomes semi-transparent, and he sees basically his own reflection.
Yes. and I simply look at him and I say, and I say, ah, shit, I had it. I say boo. Like I lean forward, boo.
Okay, one moment. I need to
Saying boo.
Oh man, this gnome must be high off his ass.
Yeah.
Too many mushrooms.
Why do we keep meeting so many high people? Also, seriously, we should totally drug up these elves.
Oh God.
The gnome immediately projectile vomits directly at Revert. Please make a dex.
Oh God, the vomit is acidic.
Since I'm mounted on my rabbit, can my rabbit make it?
Sure.
How much damage will it do on a successful save? 12.
You are coated in a large amount of vomit, which smells quite a bit like mushroom.
Prestidigitate.
Puked
No.
on you.
No.
That's funny.
He puked on me. I laugh. He laughs. Torment laughs. I ray of frost his ass.
Oh my God.
The table
Okay.
laughed. We killed
No
the table.
bastard.
So do I just make a spell attack then?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, Matt, I gathered everybody, including some new henchman of mine.
That hits.
So 1 cold damage, minus 10 speed.
Okay.
And then you
Yeah.
sick the rabbit on him.
Okay, he's gonna notice that, and I believe he's gonna cast a spell at you. One moment.
I want to grab him by the ankle and shake him around a little bit.
Oh, this fella.
This high gnome then proceeds to slaughter the party and kill our elves.
Oh shit. It might
Did
actually
someone
happen.
say magic missile?
Don't
Someone
do it,
say
man.
gnomish gorilla
Don't
fighters.
do it. Don't jinx his ass.
Did
Oh
someone
no.
say sleep?
So the gnome is gonna look up at you, and he's gonna cast magic.
You're never
Shield.
too young for an Elfheim flashback.
Nice.
You're never too old for an elephant.
So yeah, I just throw up a magic shield. They all bounce off.
You see, he looks at you, and he kind of just strokes his beard, like, well, guess it's my time.
All right, CeeLo eats him.
Shall I smash him? Okay.
What?
Now,
Uh,
familiars can't attack.
Your battle rabbit has an attack. You can use that attack. It's on your initiative. You can use it instead of your action.
I actually, believe it or not, don't have that written down. So I'm just going to ignore it. And I'm going to cast Sleep on him.
2 elves and a gnome. Can we get the third elf too?
Does he have more than 15 hit points left?
He does not have more than 15 hit points left.
Okay, so he falls over asleep.
Yes.
I will then prestidigitate myself, my rabbit, and I'm going to loot the unconscious gnome.
Okay. One moment.
What happened to the squirrel?
He has a fully assembled rod of
The
absolute
squirrel
love.
fucked off.
The squirrel's just sitting there, chewing on a nut.
The squirrel didn't walk up and attack me with vomit.
It's true.
Is the squirrel busting that nut? I'm gonna stop now.
No, he already broke it open. He's eating it now.
Sleuth, you deserve to be kicked for that.
Yeah. So he has a red hat. He has a he has like a little pouch full of various herbs and things. And yeah, he has a lovely little green tunic and little brown boots, and he has a little satchel full of dried mushrooms.
Well, I'm taking those.
Yeah. Additionally, you've done this before, so you would notice, like you would have probably thought with 18 intelligence to check in here immediately. Rolled up inside his hat, there was a spell scroll.
Very cool. Yoink. And then I cast Detect Magic to see if he has any other shit on him.
Okay. You do not detect any other shit on him.
Okay. Alright. Well, I take the scroll. I take the satchel of herbs and the satchel of shrooms. Like, basically, I take everything but his clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just tell CeeLo to go drag his ass 500 feet to the east, drop him, and come back.
All right.
Why are you gonna do that?
What? I don't want him to wake up over here. He'll wander back.
You should give him the torment to play with.
He's high off his ass. He doesn't need to be killed.
kill. I wasn't gonna kill him. I was just gonna see if some of his parts were interchangeable with the elves.
When your rabbit returns, it is coated with another layer of vomit.
Prestidigitation.
All right.
And while I wait for the rest of the party, I read the scroll.
Okay. This is a scroll of enlarge reduce.
Cool.
Ooh.
Oh fuck, that's a big spider.
Cast enlarge reduce on it.
He had to
sorry,
hit it twice.
I was
Well, it takes the
Sorry.
first hit.
Alfheim flashback.
I haven't used the scroll yet. Calm down.
Wait, what's going on? Oh shit, I'm a...
You got to go for the headbutt.
just a second while I have to mute myself to vacuum it up.
All right. So once CeeLo runs off with that gnome, you see the squirrel come back down out of the tree and run over to where the gnome dropped the nut right before the fight started, and he grabs that nut and climbs back up the tree with it.
Yeah. I keep an eye on that squirrel.
Yeah. He does the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm all good.
What about that other one to your left?
There isn't one to my left.
My God, man, your other left.
I'm pretty proud of that dodge roll though. Right for the shoe and smacked it. All right. What was? Do we get to the elves?
So I think about the time you show up, you watch CeeLo run past you through the woods with an unconscious gnome vomiting, just a trail of vomit away from where the elves
What the fuck? I'm gonna hurry up and go towards where the elves were.
were. Okay.
Yeah, I'll join.
I'm going to stay at least 10 feet away from the vomit path and follow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have my arrow on.
I just
Has it been
followed
longer than
Wilfred
10
because
minutes?
He's the only one I've talked to so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, bear guy.
I am Bearslav.
Bearslav, yes. Do you want to see some shit that is going to pretty much change your life?
Sounds like fun.
Excellent. This way.
I follow.
All right.
Oh, don't tell me you're planning to show him Revert, whatever his name is. This is not gonna end well.
So, if that fight just ended, the image of the boulder is still there.
Okay. Yeah. How long does that last?
10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it probably doesn't take 10 minutes to run that rabbit back and forth. So yeah, there's a big boulder where those elves were before.
And there's a vomit trail
Yeah,
coming
away
from the big boulder.
Yeah, coming from the edge of the big boulder. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to climb the big boulder to get a better view of what's going on.
Okay.
Kill it with fire.
Sure. You immediately try to grab this boulder and you try to hop up on it, and yeah, you fail to hop on the boulder because you fall your knee hurts a little, but you catch yourself.
Hey, Wilford.
Revert, don't shoot the new guy.
I wave. That's me.
I strongly consider doing something to the new guy, but I don't.
Mage hand to pull his pants down.
Hi, River. What was up with that vomit trail and the gnome? That was kind of interesting.
The gnome and I had a difference of opinion about a proper place to vomit. Namely, you should not vomit on the other gnome present.
That seems entirely reasonable. I see that you had him ejected from the Boulder Clubhouse. That's really neat. I didn't know you could do that.
The Boulder Club. Club Boulder.
Apparently
Rocks.
not the place you want to get stoned.
Put him.
Okay, so we still have the elves?
Yeah. There's a little vomit on one of them.
I would recommend, since we don't have the time to torture them.
Or we
Can
just
we
ask him.
Torture. Like Reverend's like offended. Like we do not have to resort to such crude methods as torture. I can just read their minds.
Oh shit.
Hey, how the hell did you? They don't even look injured. What happened?
We dropped a cave on them, knocked their asses out. We were digging into the cellar, trying to get the one that we took the other week, and well, we came across these fellows, and the third one got away, but we dropped the dirt on the other two. It knocked them unconscious, and so we dragged them back here, leaving the tortured as hell one in the cellar to die.
They came from underground?
No, they came from inside the town. Their tunnel came from the east. We're gonna have to check the town.
Oh.
I have questions, but I don't think I want to know the answers.
Well, it sounded like they didn't actually have to breach castle property, which is excellent. We technically didn't do anything wrong. In fact, we did the city a service, I think. Yeah. I don't
Sounds
think
good to me.
Yeah.
Still think we should grab the third one, but
Wilfred, a thought crosses your mind.
a thought crosses my mind.
You shaved for nothing.
Shit! I really like that.
You people make my head hurt.
Okay, so the elves. You're gonna read their mind?
Now we're gonna ask him some questions. Are we sure we shouldn't drug them at least, like with some those shrooms that the kids were on?
What shirt?
We found some kids. Remember the other day? They were high off their ass, thought they were fish. What
I
if we
don't
try to
know
get?
what their internal systems like. It could be completely foreign to ours. For all we know, it could be lethal to them.
I mean,
mean,
if one of them does get sick or starts dying, I am a healer. I might be able to help, but
Yeah, I mean, I don't know elf shit or elf whatever, but that's just a thought that came across my mind.
I mean, I'm still learning human medicine, so it's not like I'm going to be much worse.
Yeah, and there are two elves, regardless if, something unfortunate happens.
and there's always a third one if we want to go and find.
I have healing magic. I'm very opposed to using it on an elf, but if we really need it, I will.
I mean, drugging them may not be the best idea because those cause your mind to go off in weird tangents. I want them thinking about the thing they don't want to tell us.
Okay, that works.
Okay.
Let's-
Do you need them to be conscious for you to do your voodoo stuff?
Yes, I do.
I would like to ask the questions though.
Go ahead.
X.
So before we wake them up, I'll cast the spell, and then Wilfred can ask questions, and I'll read their mind while they're talking.
Do we want both of them awake at the same time? I feel like it might be better if we split them.
Yeah, so they each independently corroborate their own story.
Mm-hmm.
And if they refuse to talk, we'll tell them that their partner already did, and we're just looking to, corroborate the stories. We can always get more elves, so
Yeah,
not
there's a third one in the basement. And some more in the city.
Oh, brother.
This assignment must be really shitty for them. The last week, they've lost how many operatives to a bunch of amateur elf hunters?
They said that they have hundreds, so I don't think they're worried.
Yeah, because no one's
Yeah.
ever lied about the size of the force they're bringing to reinforce themselves.
Exactly. No one's done that ever.
Yeah.
And
So I'm thinking that we specifically tell them that their partner already told us everything, and we're just looking to make sure that they don't have any, that they were on the same mission, and so that we can also release them, because we're going to tell them that we're going to release them from sweet life.
I mean, if that's gonna, we're not exactly the most persuasive group of people.
What do we
Okay,
plan
well-
to do once we get what we want from them?
We'll kill them.
Yeah.
There's no reason to not.
Unless, of course, you think we can use them as bait for other elves.
No, they're just going to
Similar
be
to
able
the
to.
one in the dungeon.
I'm not confident enough in this group's ability to keep them at bay while they're conscious. We either
Did
kill
they
them.
see your faces?
For the half a second it took to drop a cave on them, yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't really care about them. It would be an
Given your
interesting thought to.
perception, they probably mostly saw your back while you were working on reinforcing the wood frame behind you.
Oh, so they really only saw the gnome, who looks like
They
literally every other gnome.
definitely saw the gnome. Yeah.
You
And
mean
he
you
does
mean the
look
gnome that looks like every other fucking gnome in existence?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. It would be an interesting thought, but yeah, I agree. I'm just curious to see exactly why they're doing what they're doing. I'm sure there's some reason behind it, whether I agree with it or not.
I'm just saying, we could potentially still use a live elf. Clearly they attempted to retrieve their other operative. Could use them as bait.
For all we know, I mean, I'm just putting this out there. I don't believe it. We could be on the losing team, probably no. And there's just a shit ton of hidden, sleeper agents in the
I
city.
just want to kill them. I just want them fucking dead.
Okay,
we ask the questions and we kill them. I don't think there's any reason to discuss any other plan of attack.
Revert, thoughts?
What's everybody's passive perception?
13.
9.
12.
11.
9.
My owls is pretty good.
His
Okay.
owls is 18, if it's a thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you say that, and you hear that owl is ruffling feathers, and he's sitting up in a tree eating this squirrel, and he seems annoyed at something, like he's trying to tell you something.
I
I'm
cast
gonna look
detect
through his
evil
eyes.
and good.
Okay. Yeah.
Within 30 feet of me.
I don't think you get anything unexpected.
Okay, I will keep that on concentration for the next 10 minutes, unless I say that I cast a different concentration spell.
Do I see anything looking through his eyes?
Yeah, he's looking directly at the elves who are restrained, but they seem like one of them has moved a little. Like he's still got his eyes closed, but he's like you saw him move a tiny bit when you first did that.
I'm gonna walk over. Um, I could tell which one it was, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk over and pat him on the cheek and whisper, "Hey, you awake?"
A thought occurs to me. I should probably cover my mouth, pull like a handkerchief or some shit.
So you yeah, you pat him and say, "Hey, you awake?" And the elf goes, "Go away."
What did he say?
It says, "Go away, I'm dead." Very, very quietly.
I'm going to act like I'm checking his pulse, sigh, and then go back to the party.
So all them people dead?
As a player, did I just hear Idol commit treason?
Nah.
I mean, if you consider it treason.
It's treason then.
I mean,
Oh,
if we're
God.
talking out of character
it's-
motives, I'm pretty sure mine differ from a good chunk of you.
I think
Oh,
Idol is just good natured and doesn't want to actually do something like that if she doesn't have to.
I mean, Idol is a 15-year-old child, so yeah.
I'm gonna put a handkerchief on my face. You know.
Is the party out of earshot of the elves?
I think we're still discussing
Oh,
what we want to do
standing right
exactly.
You're like
over
right
them.
over them. Yeah, you're like 10 feet from them.
Guys, ultimately, we're just here for some simple answers on what's going on.
Yeah.
At this point, fuck the Duke and fuck this elvish conspiracy. I really just want to know what's going on.
Okay,
I'll
and
make my
once you ask
decision on
all
what
your
we should do after.
questions,
The elf's gonna be like, where are we?
You're in the
I'm gonna-
woods. Shut
I
up.
cast
we're
detect thoughts.
He's thinking, where the fuck is it?
talking.
I look at Wilfred.
So
Go.
what was the plan? Oh yeah, if Wilfred's gonna go, do it.
Yep. All right. I'm right. Say
And
hello
I'll have
there.
my arrow knocked and ready to shoot at the elf's head.
Hey.
Not pulled, just knocked.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a blunt
No.
arrow tip. Yeah, let's not have an accident happen.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
No one's dying until
I'll
I'm done
knock
here.
a blunted arrow.
All right.
The elf is like you detect thoughts, so you know that the elf is like, where the fuck am I? Holy shit, these people are armed. Where the fuck is everyone? Oh, there's any I don't actually have names for these people. They are pretty inconsequential assholes, but he's like, oh, there she is. Where the fuck is that other lady?
Is this the one that was pretending to be dead?
Yeah.
Well, Gilbert, go.
And yeah.
I will, Meta. Chill. All
It's
right.
like, why the fuck does my head hurt?
Your head hurts because you're the only one, well, other than your partner here, who
He
survived the
was
cave-in.
thinking that. I'm sorry.
Oh.
He thinks out loud right now.
Yeah, because I'm basically reading his surface thoughts.
All right. Good thing we pulled you out of that cave. Got to ask you some questions, though, about the elvish conspiracy you got going on here. Please answer truthfully, because we'll know, and you'll hopefully not die.
Why?
How-
You know we're gonna kill them anyway.
Okay, hold on a second.
God damn it, Tormund.
If you're, I'm gonna need either a persuasion or a deception check. You don't have to tell me which one.
Dude, I don't even know which one. Wilford
Torment's gonna
really
poke
just
one
wants
of the
the
elves and go, I wonder if they're tasty.
The elf is gonna be like, "Holy shit, that guy's big. Fuck."
I'm gonna
Um,
whisper to Agatha right next to me. Well, I guess we're doing good cop, bad cop.
I'm
Okay.
just gonna start shooing torment, and I don't really have.
And then the elf's gonna be like, "These fucking people are gonna kill me. What the fuck is happening?"
I'm going to respond about torment.
I just wonder if they're tasty. I mean, look
all
how
of us-
soft they are.
Not all
Shut
of
up,
us are looking to
Torment.
kill you. We just want to know what the hell's going on because we've heard a
Yeah.
lot of shit in town and we're pretty spooked and scared. And, we just
Hungry.
want our nerves to be calmed. Maybe you can help us.
I'm going to try and start shooing torment away, but I really don't have the strength to push him if he resists.
All right, Elf. So, a few weeks ago, we were in town minding our own business when one of you lot decided to try to kill us because we looked inside of a shed. And I'm going to describe the shed and Ned. I'm going to info dump on his ass.
Oh, yeah. We
Or ass,
also had
whatever.
to totally, investigate that because we were accused of that murder.
Exactly. And one of your cohorts decided to try to kill us because we found what looks like we found a chain in the basement. The fuck's going on with that?
This guy is so what he's thinking right now is, I wish these people would stop talking. God, my fucking head hurts. What did he say? Something about a shed? What? Who died?
Okay, does Rever communicate what's thinking, or
Revert gives you this look like you are the worst interrogator I have ever seen.
Look,
he's a woodsman? What do you want from me?
okay, here.
Revert like moves over, like making shooing motions towards you. Just step aside, step aside.
Let me ask a few questions. We just need some information about what's going on, and then you can be on your way, and we'll all pretend that this never happened. Okay?
That would be
Mhm.
good.
Why were you in this country? Why are you in this city?
I was supposed to dig a hole. Yeah. Uh, I'm not really happy about this job today. I'll be honest with you. Um, can you talk quieter, please?
Who do you serve? Who gave you the job?
I will
Okay.
start talking quieter.
Okay, so you ask who he serves, who gave him the job. And he's gonna tell you, it's like he says a name. I think it's like Aridel.
Could you spell that for us, or should we type that down?
Arodel. There was an E in there, but that's fine. I like that spelling. We'll use that spelling. Yeah.
Also,
Is-
can I
is-
She,
insight check each of these statements as they come?
all he said so far is Aradel, and he'll continue on a little bit, and he will say, "Yeah, sure. She wanted me to dig a hole, something she wanted to get place on the other side. So there was like they got like a big old what do you call those things you guys got out here? They're big. They're
Probably
made
an
of
oubliette.
stone.
Castle.
They got the. Oh yeah, that's it. Right. Yeah, one of them. Yeah, we were supposed to go in there, and it was supposed to be some stuff. We were supposed to get some. Uh, they were gonna they were gonna take a bunch of stuff and anything that they didn't they had some specific like grocery list of stuff they wanted out of there, and we were supposed to get whatever wasn't on the list. Anything that wasn't on the list was our cut.
What was on the list?
I didn't see the list.
Who's the lady with you?
Can I insight check the not seeing the list?
Yeah, units I checked, not seeing the list.
Also, what's coming up on the detect thoughts?
Mostly, fuck, my head hurts. But also none of this is pinging as being like definitely false or anything.
When he thought
He's
about
not. There's
who
no.
was
There's no like. There's nothing suspicious that would make you think that this is uh like he's fabricating. Like, oh, I better make something up quick or anything.
Yeah.
Who's this lady with you? Is it a lady?
Yeah. That's Balel. Balel. Um, she's. I'll be honest. She kind of sucked. Yeah, that's close enough. It was an E, not a Y, but that's fine.
She kind of sucked as in she sucked at digging tunnels or sucked as a person? Or both? A lot of
Uh,
people would fall under
he's
both.
he's gonna look back and check to see if she's awake. Uh, and he's gonna say, "Oh, yeah, she's not that bad." He's
is definitely what
definitely lying about that.
worst elf ever.
At some point, she stole his tools. Like, it sounds like they dated. She stole his tools, and they don't like it.
Wait. Is this like just some like commoner, like the equivalent of us but an elf?
Yeah, what did you expect? Out of character, I'm saying. What did you expect?
This wasn't an out of character statement. This is an in character statement.
I think they're actually less qualified for this job than we are.
Yeah, I'm starting to think it might be a very small number of agents using hired help the same way we use hired help.
Look, Redhill, I'm going to be honest. You're in way over your heads, whether you know it or not. And this Redhill, she doesn't sound like a good person if they're sending you on this job, because this is a very not safe job, and you're lucky we found you before you got to the castle.
As I was saying this, under you, you hear a lot of no shit. It's not safe. My head is fucking killing me. I don't even know where I am. I'm tied up. I'm in the woods. Clearly, this isn't a safe job. Why is she like? She's talking nice, but like,
She means well, but she's still a 15-year-old girl, and
yeah. So you know that's he seems agitated.
All right,
How
listen.
did you?
We're not after you. We're after your boss. We don't give a shit about you. as far as we're concerned, as long as you point us in the right direction, say like where the start of your tunnel was, so we can go and get your boss, you're free to go. As far as we're concerned.
Okay. Well, he's let's quickly. Uh, yeah. Can you do persuasion or deception, please?
Sure.
Would I be helping under with this, or am I just annoying him?
No, I think it's unders. Gonna have to do it. Okay. He's like, basically, you hear him thinking, well, this guy's totally lying, but I guess it doesn't matter. He's gonna kill me anyway. At least maybe I can keep him in a good mood.
Just need him to
And
think of where the tunnel starts, what building and stuff.
yeah, he does. He thinks what building the tunnel starts in, and he begins to speak. Um, yeah, he's gonna tell you that it is a house. I'm trying to bring up the map so I can see the house and I can describe it better because I have it more.
It was a tailor's house.
That would be funny.
If it was a Taylor's house,
They're
then
coming
I'm
from
very
our
proud of my
clubhouse.
conspiracy map.
Okay, so there is uh, a little red. It's it's like a one-room home that is really not much more than a shed directly uh, like you come out from the keep, there's a T junction. It's on the right hand side of the T junction under the top of the T.
The one that looks like a little tent on your map?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one right next to a big red house?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Okay. So he thinks of that, and then what does he say?
He says that so the house is on the main road. I know there's a lot of through traffic through there. He's gonna say um, the he's basically going to slowly logic out um, through like convoluted means how he came to understand where this house is and that he might be wrong, but he will give you the accurate location
Okay.
that he thought of.
How, besides your boss, so I saw the three of you in the hollowed out area. Besides your leader, who else is in that house?
He's gonna tell you, uh, other than us diggers, there's nobody in that house. We had the two of us and a supervisor. Uh, once we got into the uh, once we got into the building, uh, it didn't sound like this was supposed to be a job for that many people.
Okay. How many elves are in Sarkany?
He's gonna think the fuck. How am I supposed to know? And he's
Just name all the elves that you can think of that are here.
yeah. Well, he's gonna name his co-worker again, Balel, who is his ex. He's gonna name his boss, Aradel, and he is going to say, um, "I'm pretty sure they're there's they got some kind of big group, but it's not in town. I don't know. I don't know where they meet. They brought me in. Uh, oh, maybe a month ago. They had me doing this other job, and then they brought me here. Uh, about Aradel brought me up here about 3 days ago. Told me there was a dig to do.
And who does Aerodel get his commands from?
I
Her.
think we know that already.
I mean, she didn't tell me a whole lot.
Where
How
did you
did you-
come from before?
You know, these are he's gonna start say you know these and he's gonna stop, but he's definitely going to think of the word zealot. And then he's gonna be like, look, uh folks I work for tend to be a secretive bunch. I don't.
So they like what blindfolded you as they transported you? How'd you come to be here?
No, they brought me up through you guys got a big round stone pit. You got like a well, you know, and they brought me up. That was quite some time ago,
The one
and
just outside the north gate?
there was a gate. There was definitely a gate, like a big metal gate, and
Does he
it's
like think like of his memory of it and like picture like the coming up to the well and the gate and stuff? Does it match the north
it
gate?
looks like the north gate.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, he remembers walking in through the gate disguised as just like a passerby on market day. There were a lot of carts going in and out at the time.
Do elves often
So why do you work for these
linger?
guys?
What's in it for you?
He basically is going to be like, well, where the hell else am I going to get work?
Well, why come here, not stay in Elfheim?
I mean, he's going to say, I go where I'm told. You know, this is life. What do you?
You're an illegal alien,
Wow.
Aerodel told
You
you
have
to
shitty
come here?
living too. Oof.
and you took our yabs.
I'm sorry, I can't hear everybody.
I asked him, and Aerodel is the one who told you to come to this place?
They're like, yeah. I mean, it didn't sound like a worse job than any other. I've dug a few of these holes before. It's usually, it's usually pretty easy. It's in and out.
What's the usual extraction plan once you you break in, grab the shit you need, you start getting out? Alarms are
Well,
usually
I guess
raised.
the one big difference is
You don't get caught.
the one. No, all we have to do is make it to a water source. They tend to be pretty good about, we get right out. But uh, we the thing is, the one big difference is usually they don't really want anything. Usually they want to get in. There's something they're doing, and then we get the loot, right? So I don't know. Like sometimes they'll bring something back, uh, but I've never really that hasn't been in my experience. So I don't know.
Is there a city in Alfheim that you lived in before you got hired for this job?
Like your city here, this
Or a small town?
Sarkney uh
Group of dwellings?
group
Cluster of homes.
uh I mean I lived uh in a house. There were a bunch of us. I don't think we don't have cities. Like we don't put all our we don't have like a road and stuff. It's not really us. He's basically like he doesn't seem to kind of grasp the way Sarkney works, but when you ask where he's from, Robert, he's basically picturing a gigantic flipping mansion of a house, bigger than Blackbird's Nest, in its entirety, not just the structure, but the walls, like a big fortress of a house that's like 6 stories tall and gigantic, all white walls and very elaborate, very elven design, which is the inside.
Does he picture in his mind any other elves living there, or is it just him?
No, he would be living there along with many other elves, a city's worth of elves.
Interesting.
Oh, cool arcology. So the secret location they were operating out of, was this in Elfheim or here, where we are?
So for a minute, he's gonna think, man, if I tell him anything else, I think it doesn't matter if they kill me, because somebody's gonna kill me.
But does he think of the place?
Yeah, he thinks of the place.
Great.
Yeah, there's a he's seen a map, um, and it's probably a bit more crude than what you've got you're working with, but there's definitely a tower, and there's like a camp where they have elves and changelings. Uh, he has not seen the camp, but he does remember hearing about it.
Can I look as I'm, have my arrow knocked and everything? Can I look at Revert and do like a perception or insight check to try to see if Revert's getting any information out of it? Because we don't know what Revert's getting right now.
Sure, make a check.
Perception or insight?
I would insight check Revert. Yeah. I don't think he's trying specifically to hide anything from you.
But I am trying to
So,
hide it from the elf, so I suppose
yeah,
I should make
so-
some type of check.
Yeah.
That'd be
You
what,
make the
deception?
check. Yeah, make the deception check. Okay. Given that you guys actually know each other, I will give it to you that you succeeded.
Okay.
So I know he's getting a good
You,
amount.
you know I'm getting shit. You know I'm getting the
Okay,
goods.
Yeah, you're like 65% sure he's getting something of
All right.
worth.
So the elf, when I bring up, I ask him, is this place in Elfheim or the material plane?
Yeah, he's gonna tell you it's not back home. There's they got some place outside of town. I think it's
Look here, let me help your memory. And can I cast minor illusion in front of him so the whole party can see it of that map with all of the markings that I saw in his memory?
sure. Essentially, there is Sarkany. There is a crude, like drawing of the river, the Plumark River. Um, this and there's a tower buried in the woods to the east. It's like relatively pretty far away from Sarkany, but it's uh, still definitely in the province. It doesn't look that much further than skiing or something. It's a little farther, but not too much. You think?
If you guys don't mind, that well place you were talking about, we visited there one time, I suppose you could say, and we found a half broken down house with a floating boat and like air. What the hell's up with that?
I mean, you gotta get across the astral sea somehow. It's either that or you portal in somewhere and see if you can uh, like tread across the material plane. I don't know if you noticed, but he's gonna kind of flex the rope on his arms and be like, for some reason humans don't seem to like
Well,
I mean, you keep stealing
that-
our
you
kids.
would
So
understand if you
Yeah, you guys kidnap
under.
kids.
Yeah.
we wouldn't have a problem. We don't have a problem with halfling.
Because they don't kidnap our kids.
I mean,
I definitely have not kidnapped anybody.
You haven't, but
Insight check.
yeah. Can I?
But
I'm
we
like
did-
jacked in. Like, is he lying about this?
He is not lying. He has definitely never kidnapped any kids.
Does he know anyone who's kidnapped any? I'm gonna ask him that. Do you know anyone who's kidnapped any kids?
He's gonna say no, but in his actual thought, you're like pretty sure he's not actually.
Bela has kidnapped all
Oh,
the
the
kids.
the kind of situation, AJR, where it's like you don't know, but like there's some
You're pretty
sketchy
sure.
people who might.
Plausible deniability.
He's like, I mean, I don't like in his brain. He's like, I don't think so. I mean, I guess is like, you know,
Would you be against
can't-
people kidnapping children?
um, he's gonna be like, I mean, I guess that doesn't sound awesome. And in his thoughts, it's gonna basically be, what, what the fuck is happening? But also, yeah, that's kind of shitty. Uh, also, he seems to be under the impression that this is a he feels like he's being profiled.
Well, that's because he is.
I mean, we
No.
haven't had a lot of encounters with elves before. We have to assume the worst with these.
None of you would know that he feels that.
Oh,
I'm the only one jacked into his mind. I would just like ask him very friendly, like, do you know what a cutout is?
He's like, what?
You see, when an organization of individuals seeks to do bad things, they sometimes need help in certain more mundane aspects of it, and I gesture to him as in like digging a hole. They don't tell them much, but when shit hits the fan, and I gesture around, it's like shit's hit the fan. You're tied up in a clearing with a bunch of people who may very well kill you. They just cut you out and run. Hence the cutout. You're not worth anything to them. That's why you don't know any really useful information. Like, you know, like I gestured to the, you know, the that image of the map just lasts for a minute. Don't even concentrate on it. You know, it's like, we already knew this. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to create this. So they didn't really give you any information that's new to us. Nothing that you could actually trade for your life. So you just end up getting killed, and you're just a dead end. Nothing we can use to get back to these this group of individuals. They've basically left you here to die. That being said, we are not evil. We are not out here to murder innocent people. And frankly, digging a hole is not really worth killing someone over. Sure, maybe you should be flogged or something, but you know that I would leave to the bailiff to decide.
I'd like to insights check the shit out of Revert.
All right, I continue with my spiel, and I basically say like, we have reason to believe that this group of elves is ultimately responsible for the kidnapping of children for nefarious reasons. We haven't determined what they're doing with them yet, but we are closing in on them. Would you be willing to help us in this? To save the children?
Do
He's gonna be like, that really sucks, but I want to live. I want to be able to go home, and if they're doing that, I'm pretty sure they will murder
Well, it sounds like your home is where their base is. The way that you've described it to us.
No, he's talking about his home in Elfheim. If he goes
Yeah,
back
Yeah,
to
like
yeah, the map is showing a place like east of Sarkney in the physical our woods is a tower, and that's where these zealots are holed up. Not in Elfheim.
I know, but I'm insinuating that that's not the only place that these zealots are. That they have that this is just a satellite location to a larger headquarters that's in Alfheim. That's what I'm trying to insinuate.
right. But if this is okay, so if they're using any kind of like proper management structure, it's unlikely that the next headquarters actually knows who they hired. That's the kind of thing you leave to your local guy in charge. So if we were to bump those guys off, they would probably not know who was hired to do any digging.
I don't think Emmy would know that.
So this guy is really just thinking about he's like uh having some like intrusive thoughts about going home and uh like walking down a big hallway where there's a bunch of like crafters and traders in this big elven house in Alfheim, and he's walking down, and he walks past this dimly lit room, and he gets snatched up uh, by scary looking people that look a lot like the ones you guys have already fought, the Moon Sisters with all the spooky stuff, and yeah, he's just keeps having these intrusive thoughts about if he if these guys are as bad as you say, and he does seem to think that they are dangerous. Uh, that even even if you let him go right now, there's a good chance that he's going to go home and he's going to be murdered. Like, what's the equivalent to a block from his home in a dimly lit room somewhere?
If you help, if these individuals are the only threat, if you help us take them out, you help us stop them, then there's no more threat to you going home.
He's gonna be like, well, I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know. Are you gonna do what you say you're gonna do? Uh, uh, man, my head hurts. Yeah. Do me a favor though. If you're gonna kill me, could you kill her first? That would be great.
I'm not sure killing you guys is necessary.
When he says her, is he referring to Aradel or Balel?
He faintly he kind of scoots his butt around, and you see him point at the other elf laying still unconscious right next to him. His ex, basically.
Do you know who the Moonlit King is?
Uh, he's gonna say yes.
Who is he to you?
He's going to go very quiet. Um, and he's going to take a moment. Uh, but he's going to say the Moonlight King is the king of the elves. He's uh, he's revered among us. He's the reason that I am alive today at the ripe old age of 416.
So does he
Holy
rule by
shit.
fear?
Uh, well, he doesn't have a reputation for he's gonna stop, and he's thinking, holy shit, that guy is super scary. I can't actually say that, and he's gonna say, hold on a second. I'm sorry, I have to get up one moment.
Okay.
Sorry, my sister didn't have cash on hand for a field trip thing. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, he's thinking basically he can't say that the guy is a terrifying tyrant. And then he responds to the statement, basically saying that the Moonlit King can be an intimidating figure, but he is our benevolent ruler who has done an incredible amount for us, and he is, uh, there are those who go so far as to worship him as a god. He is an amazing, influential, talented figure, and yeah, he's done more for our race than anyone. Our civilization would not exist without him as it stands today.
So why is he invading the prime material plane? Why is he waging war against humans?
This guy's gonna be like, what?
Why is he waging war against humans?
He seems actively confused.
Yeah.
These Moonlit Sisters seem to be operating with his consent.
Blessing.
That makes their attacks on this an act of war.
Humans do not go into Alfheim.
Yes, we
The
do.
entire population of humans on this plane lives in fear of elves and what they can do. Why is he actively trying to invade if we do not pose a threat to your home, your land?
He's gonna say, I don't work for the Moonlight King. I mean, he is my lord. I owe him my allegiance, but like this is just a job. These ladies are pretty, like they are the sort that worship the Moonlight King. They're a little hardcore, but like I don't think they work for him.
I think you might be taking the wrong approach to what's going on here.
I mean, aren't they talking in circles? Can't we just kill them?
No, we are not
No.
killing them, Tormund.
Yeah, it really
Go
sounds
ahead.
unnecessary now at this point.
Go ahead, Wilfred.
But I'm hungry.
Effectively, what I'm getting at is what it sounds like is this is not. There's no war going on. This is a group of zealots attacking our settlements the same way the Inquisition seeks out deviants.
It could very well maybe.
It is a group of highly trained radicals, not a fundamental peasant.
I don't think we have
Freeman.
any way to really confirm anything at this point with that.
Well, I mean, we could confirm if we retrieved what's in the cellar. We have a sample here of effectively a peasant. He's basically us, but an elf, and a radicalist Templar who likes to stab people.
Yeah, I got the very
I'm-
wrong idea about elves, I think. Wow.
You know, I don't think we ever asked you your name.
Yeah, he will tell you his name just as soon as I pull up his.
I'll be back. I gotta go get something to eat.
All right.
His character was hungry because he was hungry.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so he will introduce himself as. Let me get this name for you, and I'll just copy paste it. Valant, or Valant, however you want to say it.
All right, Valant. So let's say we let you go. What would you do?
Oh, if I go home, I'm probably gonna get murdered before I get to see my wife and kids. So I don't know. I kind of like fishing. I do that for a while. Somewhere else. I'm definitely not taking her wherever I go. Listen. I know it's asking a lot, but if you are gonna let me go, would you do me a big favor and give me a head start? I don't know what you're gonna do with her. If you kill her, that's fine with me. All right. Just for the record, in his mind, like he does feel super guilty saying that. But he's like, look, I just like give me a head start so she can't find me. Okay, that would be awesome.
No.
He immediately frowns. Please.
No.
All right, well, I think we've gotten everything we can out of them, guys. Anything else?
How the hell do you know that they would know?
We know that. What?
What?
Or
Oh,
the Night Sisters or whatever.
He's a cutout. If the cutout shows back up on your doorstep after disappearing for a couple hours, you don't ask questions. You just shoot them in the head and move.
actually,
Because at that point they flipped.
don't you take them into a back room and then shoot them, not on the doorstep where everyone sees?
No, you probably could shoot them on the doorstep. I wouldn't see a
Depends how
problem.
panicked you are.
Okay.
Generally,
You guys
cutouts are
having
one-time
an equivalent
use.
of this conversation just
I'm
right in
back.
front of you.
Yes,
Yep.
right in front of the elf. We're like, yeah, that's pretty standard for covert criminal gangs. The cutout shows
What
back
kind of
up. You don't really show a mercy.
What kind of shit have you been in, Revert?
Wow.
I look at Revert, I look at Wilfred, I look at Revert, I look at Wilfred.
He's
What do
got
you
a
expect?
long sleeved green tunic, and what none of you know is under that tunic he's covered completely in gang tag.
Thug life.
God, it's like he
Oh
works
my
for the
God.
Gnomish Liberation Front.
You might as well.
Let's just say Aunt Tadlil had some very interesting stories to tell when I was growing up.
Oh, so that's what happened to Uncle Bob. Oh. Meta understands now.
So, guys, what are we doing with Valant?
He's gonna mouth up one more time, and you see him like looking around, and he sniffs. He like inhales a couple times through his nose. He's like, by the way, who threw up?
A gnome.
Oh, that was a gnome. random high gnome that showed up. We ejected him from the premises.
Oh, Adriel, what time of night is it?
Um, you guys started probably not that long after it got dark, I assume, so you'd have time.
Yeah.
Because really, it's probably only been maybe an hour since then, too. So it's probably not quite midnight by now.
Hmm.
That gnome did vomit a lot, though. He left a freaking trail, like, I don't know
Yes,
how long, like
it
100
seemed
feet.
like a lot more than would fit in a stomach.
Yeah, I'm really confused with the anatomy of a gnome.
It's not for you to know.
It's like a pocket dimension.
Since it's only about midnight, if we no longer need to ask them any more questions and we send them on their way, should we return to retrieve what we need from the cellar?
Well, what I would say, we let him go. He can have his head start. We wake up the other one, do this whole thing again, just to double check that he isn't lying. And if he's lying, we just track him down and kill him. I mean, it's not that big a deal. And I just say that offhandedly, right in front of him. And assuming it's the same, and that he doesn't want to help, we let her go too. But we let our friend Valanth here have her head start.
He's basically just thinking, oh, jackpot. These people are actually maybe gonna let me get away from this lady before she's basically he's thinking that she's gonna complain that it's his fault they got this job, even though she approached him with it, and he's just thinking of all the ways it will be his fault, uh, and how he's going to be stuck here on the material plane listening to that.
So he's having like dating flashbacks now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Mick. That's why I've been trying to take one alive for weeks now.
Okay, so if everyone's cool with it, we let her go.
Her
Yeah.
go or him go?
Him, right?
This is the
Him?
only male elf you've seen.
Oh,
Thus far.
okay. We let it go.
Eh, I don't know.
I
He
think
knows
he's
a
fine.
lot.
He does.
He knows a lot about us.
Does he really? Does he?
Okay.
He knows.
Who is he going to
knows-
tell?
Yeah, he's a cutout. Additionally, he doesn't really know much. To be fair, the zealots don't even know all that much. We've been pretty good at eliminating witnesses.
Look, all I'm saying is if you have two people with a secret or one person with a secret, it's a much higher chance secret stays a secret with one person.
All right. Well, at that point, I'm like, all right, Mr. Tough Guy. I hold out one of those daggers hilt first to him. Says like, well, do it then.
Are you giving it to me?
Yeah, I'm holding out one of those elven daggers hilt first to you. And I'm just like, fine. You're talking a big game. Do it.
I will
Hey,
pull out an
Hold
arrow
on a sec.
instead.
Hey,
And I will-
aren't you a member of the clergy? What the fuck? This guy didn't do anything.
I shield the elf.
Yeah, no. What the fuck? Put that thing down.
Did that poison happen to
We
be
can
a
go
contact
now?
poison?
No, I didn't take the dagger. I just pulled an arrow. I
Are we
swapped
killing him
the
now?
arrow from I swapped the
No,
arrow from a
Tormund.
one-tipped arrow to an actual arrow. And I
But
guess
they're
I guess
supposed to
Wilfred
be
and Agatha are
safety.
shielding Valanth.
Yep. Axe ready. Well, I should say hand on it.
This is really unnecessary, all these unpleasantries. Wouldn't
Okay.
your god be objecting to killing an innocent?
I don't consider him innocent, but okay.
Innocent's a
We
bit
can
of
let
a
him go.
stretch, but he's culpable, maybe not.
I mean, sure, in the same way we're culpable for some sketchy shit.
Out of character, like I said, Emmy is super racist.
Yeah, it makes sense because our first contact with elves was very negative.
No, she was very racist against elves before like the campaign even started.
Kill them all.
Tormund, we are not killing anyone for the last damn time.
But why not? Give me
Like,
a
the only
good
reason-
reason why not.
The only reason she paused before she pulled an arrow is because of what he said. She would have just straight up shot him before saying anything if he hadn't made it very, if he hadn't, like, quote unquote, humanized the Elven.
And as for why not Torment, because we're not getting XP in this game. It's like milestone leveling, so we don't really gain anything for killing him.
That's so unimmersive.
Or from an in-character reason, because we said
No,
so.
Revert says that in character. Like he straight up says that to Torment.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, but
Revert's Deadpool.
it's
Gnomes are
very,
weird, man.
very.
Gnomes are weird.
What?
Oh.
Because elves are very, very squishy, and if we let them go, they're just gonna come back and attack us again.
Were you not listening to anything that was just discussed?
I don't believe him. Elves
That's
are
why we
lying
make these
tricksters.
decisions.
I look
Elves
at,
are lying tricksters.
I
He's
look
just
at
thinking.
Valon.
He's just thinking, man. If these guys are gonna kill me after all this, I mean that sucks. But I guess it's better out here. That maybe they'll like deal with this quick, and I'm not gonna get stabbed 67 times when I.
I'll look at Valand. I'll look at Wilfred. I'll look at Valant. And I'll walk over and I'll kneel down.
I think we should rape them, eat them, and then kill them.
Torment, no.
Not in that
Torment.
order, though.
You're
Torment,
just
no.
hungry. Get some food.
You need a
Like, don't you have
Snickers,
rations?
Tormund. You're not you when you're hungry.
Jeez.
And I'll look at Valant like 2 feet from him since I'm kneeling down right next to him and he's laying on the. And I'll look directly into his eyes.
I'm staying
I'll
at the ready,
say-
AGR.
What?
I'm just telling AGR that I'm staying very much at the ready with that axe.
Yeah.
And I'll look directly into his eyes and I'll say, if you truly were honest with us and you had no part in the kidnapping of children and the killing of multiple innocent members of the society here in Sarkany and then I will give you a blessing to help you escape from anyone trying to track you down. Would you like this?
He's looking at you like a little confused, concerned because he doesn't like you're real close, and he was really expecting to get stabbed by now. And he's thinking, I probably shouldn't accept this blessing. That's probably sacrilege. But he's gonna stop and say, Uh, uh, I suppose I should be honored. But he doesn't seem very enthused.
Okay.
So he's basically got this picture in his mind. Or here, I have an animated.
Yeah.
And then I will first touch his shoulder and cast Blessing of the Trickster on him. Saint Philip provides swift escape for this innocent elf. And then he won't know what this does, so it doesn't matter, but I'm doing it for show. I'm going to cast Guidance on him.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, let the silver flame show you the way. And it only lasts a minute, but it doesn't matter because he doesn't know that.
Okay.
And then I'm going to get up and go back to my position and keep my arrow knocked and just look at him. And I'm assuming that other people will untie him and everything.
Does
I'll
someone
untie
actually?
him.
Okay. So upon being unbound, he's gonna feel his wrists from the burn. And he's gonna say, "Well, guys, it's been swell. You guys have a nice evening." And he's gonna look at Emmeline, and he's gonna say, "I really hope your Sante Philip I hope he knows what he's doing, because after that, I'm pretty sure, uh, I just committed some kind of act of sacrilege against, uh, and if Aradel that finds out about that, I'm gonna be dead. So you guys have a great night. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go this way, and he's gonna randomly start
That
moving
way's
in a
south, and I
direction.
point down the river.
He's gonna be like,
Yeah, but we don't want him to go, do we?
and he
We gonna
goes
let him
that
Yes,
way.
go?
you do, Tormund.
And he starts walking south.
All right, one less problem. And at that point, I think we should wake up the next guy. I'll spend another spell slot to recast Detect Thoughts. And we just redo the whole interrogation sequence to verify all the information we got.
Okay.
Assuming she also appears to be some random peasant digger woman who knows nothing actually useful.
Yeah. She's you get the same information.
When she asks where Valthane is, I tell him that she didn't make it.
Okay.
He was tasty.
Yeah, she seems, like bummed out, but also like, the guy like he wasn't appreciative that she got him the job, and like he is always like, you know, uh like never pulling his weight and doing all, like, so but she's a little sad about it, she is a friend of hers in her opinion. Yeah, but yeah, otherwise, for most of the conversation, she's like a slightly snarkier and more difficult version of the same conversation.
I poke her with my stick and ask, I wonder if female elves are more tender than male.
What the fuck?
What the fuck, Torment?
What? The male was good. I want to see if the female is just as good.
You didn't eat him.
You don't know that. Just tell her that then next time. Yeah.
I like how you start saying that like right in front of her. That's great.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
What?
I
What
know,
next-
right? I mean, I know. I was trying to use it to break the bitch's hard shell, but I mean, yeah, you know.
I mean, she was
Yeah.
being pretty forthcoming, to be honest.
AJ,
Mind
have we
reading. It
established-
doesn't matter what how
She was
forthcoming they are.
AJ, we got all the information, like the same stuff from her, right? Like this would be the same end point of the conversation.
Hold on, you're cutting out. Hold on, you're cutting out. I got a bad connection. Just give it a second. Start over.
We would have learned only the same things and nothing new from her, right?
We learned nothing.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have been willing to help us, would she have?
She
Fight
I
the
mean,
power against to help the
she's
children?
absolutely not going to fight anybody. Beyond, like, you know, if it's 3 elves and there's like a guard, then she's like, okay, if we vastly outnumber and outpower them, I will help you. But it's not. That's like situationally. That was what she signed up for with her job. Was a real easy job where she might have to overpower one person with 3 people. That she actually trusted. So, like, she's definitely not comfortable helping you with anything.
Yeah. All right. I guess then we can send her on her way.
Great. Which way do you send her?
South.
South. Excellent.
He got his head start. If she catches up, that's his problem.
Yeah, but now he's gonna get a real earful.
Yeah, well, I gave him the blessing of the trickster, and I'm not giving it to her. So if he doesn't want to be found, it's going to be easier for him to escape her perception. Plus, aren't they like both glowing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They glow.
Yeah. So we gave him like a 10, 15-minute head start. So advantage on stealth is just going to cancel out the disadvantage.
It does occur to me. This is out of character. Elf blood's part of a alchemical contraption, if I remember right.
Oh my.
Oh my
No, do not start killing our people.
Look, if
No.
we
You want to
Out of
juice
character.
the elves?
This is out of character. I have no reason in character to actually do anything like that. I wouldn't even know. So yeah, but this is something out of character. It just hit me.
if
This
we
item
wanted
wasn't there
elf blood, we
capitalized.
could have just grabbed it from like the 3 elves we killed when we kidnapped.
Right.
Guys,
All right. Revert is now like the next time Agatha has a birthday, he's gonna get you a juicer.
I wouldn't know what to do with
I still
it.
don't
I don't
understand
have the
why we
freaking-
didn't kill the elves. Personally, I don't
Torment,
understand.
you're welcome to go chase down that elf and try to eat the elf.
No, I said all of that during the interrogation to strike fear in the elves, but
Good cop, bad
my
cop.
party
good cop,
just
bad
didn't
cop.
seem to catch on that often.
Oh, it's not that we're. It's not.
I don't. I
that
mean,
it's not
I mean, I'm
catching
not
on.
Reverend.
big. I mean, I'm not 8 foot tall, big and leering for no reason. You
Yeah,
know, he
no, we-
does scare
Reverend, you
people
were able
good.
to read her thoughts, so you know that, like, she thought he was a freak and somewhat intimidating, but also, she was pretty sure she's like dead anyway for like a while there. So it's kind of had like a fuck it mentality.
I mean, Torment, we totally understood like the whole good cop, bad cop, you know. So
So moving on, I think we have a house to raid.
Yeah.
Actually, would it not be more beneficial to just snatch the elf we were originally going to snatch?
Why not
And
grab
don't-
both?
Oh, absolutely. Let's do that.
Well,
Yeah,
the
let's do the
prisoner
house
isn't
first.
going
Can we kill
anywhere.
him?
Yeah.
because that's easier.
Okay,
So-
so we surround the house and we. Oh, should we tunnel in?
Tunnel in.
No, we're not tunneling through half the city just to get there.
I
No,
was
no, no, no.
figuring we have Torment. You want some action? Kick down the front door and beat whoever's in there senseless.
I don't think that would be.
All
right, I can do
in
it.
the middle
I'm
of
heading to the
city.
door.
Well, we have Agatha with us. It'll be fine. We have Agatha with us. It'll be fine.
You want
Guys,
boot
Like a
kick the
midnight,
door.
a midnight
just-
SWAT raid.
I'll let you
Yes.
guys know I'm not a town's guard anymore, but okay.
Yeah, guys. There's
Yeah, but they
some
know
problem
you.
of-
They're not going to think twice about us conducting a no-knock on some random house in the middle of town.
Right, just outside of the gates where the Duke's men are.
Yeah,
We're not kicking down the
That's-
gate to the castle. We're kicking down some random house.
I'm just thinking like maybe
Torment
we
is
should
not
just
hesitating. He boom.
maybe we should just like run this by Sir
DM, I have already rolled my boot kick of the door, so
We're
this is
literally
all
in the middle of the
pointless.
forest.
Yeah,
I
we're in the
I
forest.
I mean I don't have a problem with you kicking down the door, but I feel like you guys have had a moment to talk about this while you're walking into town.
Yeah. We don't have time to involve the actual authorities. We are the authorities. That's the point of the badges he gave you guys, was so that you could take care of shit like this without having to bug him every 5 minutes.
If
Okay.
guys,
That
if
sounds
we are,
right.
Yeah.
if we're
Let's
gonna
do
Get
it.
your game faces on. Let's go.
Let's go. I will before we walk into town, I will cast disguise self. And I will just look like another, basic ass town. Not looking like Agatha, but just look like another town guard and with just a different face than.
All right.
I,
So
I
you
get rid of the.
guys,
I ditched the bend in I have on my face. I get rid of that.
Well, I mean, y'all are all going to be seen for who you are, because I am 8 foot tall and red hair, and I've been
We are pretty
following you
distinctive.
around.
I mean,
so-
yeah,
traveling with a group of about the same size as the usual group.
yeah. It's hard to miss us.
let's clarify something. Tormund, we are not killing people.
Not if we don't have to.
Well, if
Right.
they're innocent, we'll let them go. Otherwise, yeah, we'll
Well,
chuck these
yeah,
house at them.
but
And
render
gray hair, you're
unconscious
innocent.
first.
So are we walking to the house right now?
Yeah, you're walking
Yeah.
to the house.
Okay.
Right now.
Before we get there, but just like like a couple moments before we get there, within a minute, so that it can still be active when he tries to kick the door down. I'm gonna cast guidance on Torment, and then I'm gonna move around to the back, in the alleyway in the shadows, so that one, I'm invisible, and two, I can make sure that no one escapes out the back of the house if they have like a secret door out there or something like that.
Hey, how many of those
Okay.
blunt tip bolt arrows do you have?
20.
Oh, okay. You got your own. Good.
I'll be ready to use the back of the axe, the blunt end. I'll flank the door.
All right. So yeah, you flank the door, and everybody gets into position, and Torment just boots the door down. Just fireman kicks the thing straight down, flat, immediately. And yeah, inside is a what was a single room, but is now basically just a pit with a ladder. There's a little bit of floor space left, and there's a table and a rough little map that looks pretty much identical to the minor illusion you saw.
Yoink.
And
Does Tormund fall in?
there are some shovels and some trowels and some picks.
Oh, how deep is the hole?
Well, there's a ladder right there, so it doesn't matter
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, there's like a 30-foot deep hole.
So down the ladder we go.
Yep.
Is this one of
Let's go
those
down
ladders
the
you can
ladder.
slide down? It's not that fancy, is it? It's a pretty shitty ladder.
It would hurt your hands, I think, to try to slide
Yeah.
down this ladder. So as you guys all enter this shed, you hear a booming voice behind you.
I didn't enter the shed. I was flanking the door.
Okay, well, you're flanking the door looking into the shed, yes?
And I'm in the
Yes.
alleyway behind it.
Okay. So, yeah. Emmy, you're in the alleyway behind it. Can you describe exactly where that is? Just real quick. Is it the
Let me
north
scroll back
alleyway?
up.
The south alleyway right behind like the back of the shed?
So it's the little red house south of
You're
the main
between the
road.
two red houses behind the shed.
Wait, what? It's just right outside the gate, right? The castle.
You said you're in the alley around the back of the shed. Is that what you said?
Yeah, but you asked me where in the alley.
I mean, it's not a big alley, so.
Okay. I just want to make
Okay.
sure no one is like we have eyes on 360 degrees, so that if someone
Well,
tries,
you're behind the shed, so if anybody tried to like break down the back wall, it's not that sturdy a building or something, you would be there. Nobody's back there. But yeah, you probably would see a horse ride past, and then you would hear the sound of leather stretching, maybe somebody stepping off a saddle, and then you would hear, all of you would hear a booming voice saying, "Well, this is interesting." And then, Wilford, that would be pretty much right by you.
Right.
can I
like,
stay in the
Who is
shadows
it?
and stay in darkness to stay invisible, but move a little
Absolutely.
bit so I can see who it is?
Absolutely, you can.
And-
There is a knight that none of you immediately recognize. He is wearing armor adorned in a great deal of gold. As a matter of, not, I mean, it's not golden armor, but it has a lot of golden inlays and stuff. It's very fancy. The knight is looking into this busted building at this huge crowd of people trying to climb into this pit. And he's right next to you, Wilfred.
Oh.
You're looking
Hello.
into the building, so you hear the sound of him like dismounting his horse, and by the time you start to turn, he's already talking.
Wait, it's like, wait, is it well lit enough that I can see it's definitely not like Wolfland and he doesn't sound like Wolfland?
Yes, the night is pretty dim, but you're also in the street, and there's not like a lot going on there, so you can see, especially right by you. It's not, and he's wearing a helmet, but it's not his armor. It's not Sir Wolfland's armor.
Ah. Hey guys. Looks like one of Wolfland's associates is here.
We're busy
Tell
right
them to
now.
fall in.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so we're helping out Wolfland with Sir Wolfland with some stuff. Want to help us with it?
Some stuff? You digging a hole? Yeah.
No, we're not digging a hole. We found a hole.
Please make a persuasion check.
He didn't hear the door being pushed.
Those of us inside, I think I'm just like, go. Just let's go.
Yeah, I'm following through completely. I'm not bothering to,
Great, leave the guy who left his ID in the clubhouse. Great, thanks, guys. And I shaved. No one can recognize me now.
All right. So you found this hole here, did you?
Yes, we found the hole. Wolfland has had us doing some investigations around town.
Yeah, when we kicked the door down, there was a hole there.
We came to suspect this house had activity in it. We just kicked the door down now and found a
He
hole.
says, "Oh, activity. What sort of activity is in this domicile here? It looks like they're digging a hole. Where's this hole go?"
Elvish kind of activity.
he's gonna narrow his eyes. And he's
How many
gonna
people are on the
he's gonna
street right
very quietly say, "I fucking know that, you imbecile. Get in the fucking house."
Ah. Wait, insight check.
How
Sure,
many people
insight
are
check.
out in the street right now? It's midnight, so it shouldn't be that many.
He's very scary.
I'm gonna get in the fucking house.
There's Wilfred. End the point.
Oh my god.
Oof.
Yeah. So
I
yeah,
hope that's how he dies.
the knight trudges up to the hole, and yeah, he descends down along with you. I assume all of you are going in there. There's
Yeah,
definitely not
Torment's
room for
leading the
everyone
way.
else.
yeah.
I'm behind him, and I think everyone else is just in line. We're going down that hole. We're blitzing it.
I'm still out
Wait.
behind the shed.
Why?
Well, I haven't
Are
moved
you
in yet.
hiding? Are you hiding? Are you scared?
No, I was just saying as they walk down, I haven't moved around yet.
That's fine. Like as you guys come around, you can fall in, but in order so it doesn't get away, we're going to keep going.
Yeah, no,
Like
I
Reverend's
expect,
just like go go go.
yeah, no, I expect the rest of the party to go forward. Emmeline
Yeah.
is just watching our six carefully.
And yet the knight on horseback got by.
This knight behind you, he lights a lantern as he's walking down this corridor in the back of the group. This man, by the way, he is about 6'8" and big. He's not Goliath big, but he's bulky enough. He's too short to be a Goliath, but he's bulky enough.
6'8", big, and probably
Wait,
gonna
walking? I
kill
thought we were
us.
like doing a fast pace here.
Well, I mean, he's
Those of us in front are going at a
he's
fast
fast
pace.
walk. He's
Yeah.
fast walking it.
Can I take his horse and bring it into the alley and tie it up against something so it doesn't like run? Because we're probably gonna be here.
Sure, make an animal handling check.
You spooked the animal.
I just don't want an animal just standing in the middle of the street for like 7 hours.
I'm sure it'll be fine, whatever happens.
There's like a watering trough, and the horse approaches the trough. It's not that far. It's like right across the road from you, and it starts to drink. And you attempt to bring it over to somewhere where you can tie it up, but there's not quite enough reach, and the horse will not move for you at all.
Okay, that's fine. Well, it's at least somewhere, not just standing in the middle of the street doing nothing.
The horse is also huge.
That's fine. Can I like do a perception check to look if there's anyone on the street and anyone's?
Sure. The street's pretty quiet. You actually do see there's a boy riding a pig, and he has this lovely it looks like a medal, and he's got a belt over his like he's got a belt over his shoulder like a bandolier, and he's attached this fancy there's like a crest with a giant feather, and it's very elaborate. And he's just kind of riding off on the other, like way down the street.
Wait, so he's very far away from me?
He's
Yeah, he's
got
pretty
my
far.
ID.
Wait, you said he had a like a medal?
Yeah, he has this interesting, like, there's a giant feather and some kind of there's some kind of crest. You can't make out the details. It's far away and it's dark. But yeah, it's got this big rock feather. It
Okay,
looks
yeah. No, I'll go after him.
okay. Um,
I would like
yeah,
to stick to
you're
the.
probably invisible, right?
I'll stick to the
So
shadows to stay invisible as much as possible.
yeah, I feel like you can probably stick to the edges and you can chase after him. So I think that's what you're doing while the party's doing this down in the tunnel. Okay, so yeah, you guys make it to a dead end in the tunnel.
Shit.
Revert, perhaps you should remove a 5 foot by 5 foot chunk of dirt.
Why? The elf's not here.
Right.
And I
Oh,
glare
he
and I
fucked off,
look
yeah.
meaningfully at the knight with us.
Right. There is, yeah. That's a good point.
Like maybe we shouldn't discuss the other thing while the knight is here? Like
So the knight's gonna walk up through the middle of the group, and he's really big, so he can't get past all of you, but he's gonna kneel down at the back, and he's gonna look kind of past everybody's legs, and he's gonna say, "Well,
we had information that an elf was digging towards the keep to try to break in. Probably to rescue her friend. We had to act quickly to see if we could catch it. Not quick enough, apparently.
he's gonna say it certainly seems that way. It looks like they had a cave in."
Well, I look. Are there any like timbers supporting the structure of this tunnel, or is it just carved out?
There are timbers supporting the structure. Yes. There's not. It looks like there's not a lot. It looks like what they did was there was
floorboards
an
type
elevated
thing?
floor. Yeah, there was an elevated floor. So they yeah.
Well,
Cannibal.
I look at the timber. I'm like, floorboards probably aren't the best for this type of thing. One of them probably broke on them when they were digging. So either the elf escaped, or it's suffocated.
Let's kill it.
I,
Either way, it looks like this is a bust.
He's gonna look around and say, "Well, it's hard to tell when this happened. Let's see if we can find any more information." He's gonna turn around and start walking away back down the tunnel.
Rever just gives Wilfred like the side eye, like, I can't believe you actually asked me to like reveal the other fucking tunnel to the knight.
I don't know what you're expecting, Hunter. Wilfred's an incompetent fuck.
Oh, Revert knows. He just thought you had, a little bit more self-preservation than that. Because
What's Wilfred's?
Revert's got an exit strategy. Do you?
So what happened to the map? Did
What
anyone
map?
yoink that? Exactly. Okay, you yoinked it. Very good.
I think he was asking out of character what happened to the map.
Mick, there is no map. Like out of character, there is no map.
No, out of character, there was totally a map there. I remember distinctly hearing that. Yeah. Yeah, it was just like the one that Revert saw.
Map.
No, we found the actual map.
So continuing, the knight moves back a little bit, and he's looking around, and he's going to look down at the ground, and he's going to pick something up out of the dirt, and he's going to examine it real close. He's going to flip the visor up on his helm, and he's going to look at it with the light right up on it. And then he's going to put it in his mouth.
Huh?
Did my pouch of mushrooms open up or something?
He's gonna sit there for a minute, and you're gonna hear him spit whatever this was back out on the wall, and he's gonna say, "Well, they had fresh bread, so they were digging within the last day or so."
As you were riding up to this house, did you happen to see anybody running away from it or anything odd
Any
in town?
glowing spotlights? No, I didn't.
Well, nuts.
Who are you?
He's going to turn, and he's going to say, "Sir Guy Gatland, and I presume you are some of Sir Wolfland's retainers."
Such as we are, yes.
I'm what you might call an independent contractor.
He's going to look down at
guard.
and he's just he doesn't have any words. He looks down at you, and you just see this I can't believe I'm talking to a gnome kind of face on him. And he starts to open his mouth, but then he stops and he just flips the visor back down on his helmet and starts walking down the hall.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
But yeah, he's gonna walk ahead of you guys. But if at any point you guys stop walking, he is gonna stop and check in and ask if you found anything or what. He's never going to be outside of eyesight of you in the tunnel.
I might as well make a perception check to see if I find anything.
Absolutely.
I find breadcrumbs.
No, you do see that there is there's like a candle that burnt basically to the bottom down here in it's got some dirt kicked on it, and it fell over, and yeah, it looks like whenever somebody came past here pretty quick, kicked it over, and it was put out, but it's still like um, the candle isn't liquidy, but there's still a little warmth when you touch it. So
Interesting. All right. I mean, out of character, we already know what exactly happened. She must have fucked off right as soon as we were interrogating. Didn't look back.
That's
yeah.
why you use cutouts. Because you can just cut them out. It didn't cost her anything. Alright, yep. So I guess we go back. We probably go up and out to the street.
all right. Yeah, the knight will he'll wait at the bottom. There's like just enough room that he can kind of squeeze into a corner and let you guys all go first. He'll be very polite about it, as if he's doing you all a favor and definitely not watching you like a hawk.
Of course. Of course. Why would he be suspicious of us?
How far down is it?
It's a 30-foot drop.
So if Reverend gets to the top and starts pulling the ladder up as the leaving him down there, that he'd be kind of
Oh,
stuck.
he's got an arm. He's got an arm on the ladder.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so,
once
yeah.
all of you make it up, he climbs his way up.
You know, I'm actually trying to recollect where I've seen this guy before. Sir Guy Gotland. Do I remember anything of his resemblance in competition?
No, you have not seen him in town before.
How do you
He-
know
he-
Sir
he-
Wolfland?
He
Just some small talk.
he clearly is wearing a like heraldic badge that that would signify to you that he is one of the Duke's men. But he did not
Never
ride
mind.
in with the Duke.
Yeah.
Can we tell if the badge is fake?
Sure, you can make an investigation check. You just like peer in at his badge and just look at it.
It is very pretty.
With a 4, you realize that you've really never looked at one of these this close before.
Seems legit.
Yeah, but how do you know Sir Wolfland?
Other than having him introduced to me a little earlier this evening, I can't say that I really do.
What are you doing out this late?
Probably got tipped off the same thing that we did, right?
Yeah, but how?
Well, I was going to go for a drink, but I heard this loud crashing sound.
I see.
As a matter of fact, I think I'm still going to go for a drink. Now, I know that the inn is closed, but I have heard from a reliable source that if we head down to the bailiff's house, he has some lovely wine. Now, it's a bit late to wake the man, but I think he would love the company.
AGR, does it sound like he's lacing every word of this with
Come with me
implications?
or die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He would never.
of course.
So he basically turns to all of you and says, "So how about a drink?"
We got things to do first.
Sounds good to
No.
me.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, no,
We
we
can
don't
make
have
some
anything
time.
to do, Tormund. We do not have anything to do.
Oh, okay.
Great.
I have returned. What did I miss?
We're getting shanghaied.
Yeah.
We're fixing to fight a guy in armor.
Okay, out of character, I'm gonna bet like $5 that what happens here is going to have made the entire kidnapping shtick pointless.
So I don't really know what getting shanghaied is.
Same. Forcing someone to join ship lacking full crew by drudging them or using other underhanded means.
They're pulling the wool over our eyes. He's tricking us.
And who's doing this?
Some big stocky knight in armor.
A knight that works for the Duke.
Yeah,
Did
what
we
I was
get his
hoping
name?
he was going to answer, like, yeah, I got tipped off. And then we would know. Bullshit.
Do we know his name?
Sir Guy
Gary.
Gatland.
Gatlin.
Gary Gygax.
He
Sir
would
Gary
never do
Gygax.
anything to betray us. I mean, look at that name. So honorable.
All right. Sir Gary Gygax is going to attack you. Rocks fall from the sky. Does anyone survive? I made it. He uses multi-attack.
So yeah, he's gonna basically mount up on his horse and just walk along with you folks all the way over towards the bailiff's house, as long as that's what everybody's gonna do.
Does that horse look like it's giving him trouble? Would I be able to like make an animal handling or insight check to see if the two are familiar with each other?
The horse and the man?
Yeah, like how he rides.
He rides like this is his horse. It's covered in regalia that look like it's his horse.
And
Just
there's
yeah.
a big bumper sticker that says "My horse."
More
Yeah,
or less.
but does he ride like it's his horse? Or does he
Yes.
ride like he's pretending? Like anyway.
It's a
He
rental
rides
horse.
like he spent more time riding than you have breathing.
That's a lot of years in the saddle.
Born
he have
in the
bow
saddle.
legs?
Let me know when I catch this pig.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I forgot about that.
So we come out, there's no Emmeline?
I was
Yeah,
just
there's
waiting
no
for.
Emily.
I didn't mention it because I was waiting for AGR to finish your guys' thing, and then I thought he was going to come back. to me.
Basically, you chase him all the way over towards the bailiff's house, and yeah, eventually you catch up with him. What would you like to do?
I would like to take the thing that he stole.
Sacred flame.
And then kill the little shit.
Okay, so this kid is he's riding this pig, and he's in front of the bailiff's house near these tents where a bunch of like homeless folks are, right? A bunch of the really like poorest dregs of the town. And yeah, so how would you like to reclaim this item? He's
Well,
like
is he just
30
sitting on
feet
the
away.
pig?
Yeah, he's just sitting on the pig.
How the clergy
he's
redeems
he's
the
trying
item.
to stand on the pig, and he's holding his arms out like it's a balance beam.
And in one of his hands is the
He's got a I think what he's done is he's taken some dirty clothes and strapped them, like made a belt out of them, and then made that into a bandolier, and then he's attached the badge to that.
Okay. Well, I would like to stealth. Is it dim light or darkness outside?
I mean, he's in the middle of the road, so it would be dim light.
Okay. Well, I would still like to stealth and be behind him so he doesn't hear me.
I think you're very likely to succeed, but make your stealth check.
Don't remember. Do I do this at advantage?
He is busy doing something else right now, so I would give you advantage. Go ahead. Okay. Yeah, you get right up behind him and the pig.
And I would like to look at the badge to see what it is.
It is clearly a badge which looks identical to the one you know Wilfred left in the empty house.
Right. So it's attached like it's a pin, and I would have to unpin.
Yeah, it's basically the rock feather has been used as a pin, so like half of it is through this. Like it's really firmly attached.
And the other side of the bandolier is under his arm. It's under his.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I will Um,
Oh my god.
I will take what do I have on myself? I have a dagger, so I'm going to take the pommel of the dagger, and I'm just going to whack it against his head to try to knock him out.
Whack it against what?
Against his head.
Hold on, you're cutting out. My connection's gone.
But you
Give
picked
me
up a
just
brick
second.
and you're just beating the guy in the side of the head with it?
It's the pommel of a dagger, and I'm just trying to knock him out. It is a non-lethal hit.
Okay. Make your dagger attack non-lethally. It'll be bludgeoning damage.
Out of curiosity, is this the same kid that's been a pain in my ass the entire campaign?
Yeah, probably.
Can't.
Kid rides a pig.
Kid rides a pig. What?
What the fuck is this kid up at like 1 in the morning?
Probably a changeling for all we know.
Okay. You hit the kid.
Is he knocked out?
Roll your damage.
Oh, that's right.
It's a D4.
I know.
-1.
I know. It's a 50% chance that I don't knock him out.
Okay. Yeah. So he was that not a sneak attack?
I'm not a rogue.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah, ranger cleric.
yeah. So he's gonna go and fall off the pig.
And then I would like to immediately grab the bandolier and
You're
pull it
gonna
off of.
hear somebody open a tent flap in front of you, and there's somebody now staring directly at you, apparently assaulting a small boy.
And I'm going to pull the bandolier off and then look at the person. And since I'm disguised as a guard, I'm going to say, fucking kids, am I right? Always stealing things. And then I'm going to, once I get the bandolier off of him, I'm going to take the metal off of the bandolier. And then if the kid hasn't gotten up yet, pick the kid up, put him on his feet, put the bandolier back on him, and walk away with the metal.
Okay, one moment. By the way, that guy's gonna call you an asshole. But
I don't give a shit.
You asshole!
okay. Yeah, this guy is going to. This kid is going to attempt to disarm you and snatch that metal back. So hold
Oh shit, the kid's a battle master. You don't know what you just got into.
Is that
That's
AC?
that's not against your AC. That's against your either strength or acrobatics.
So this is a grapple check.
No, it's his attack roll versus your strength or acrobatic. He snatches the metal back and he blows you a raspberry.
I would like to grapple him. Grab
Well,
him.
you are welcome to do that in a moment because he is going to immediately attempt to flee.
So he leaves my melee range.
He does.
Um,
Kick him in the ass with your clown shoes.
You just got your ass whooped by a child.
It's a D20 roll. We have low stat. 50% chance. So I'm going to not use the dagger. I am going to just make a Yeah, I'm gonna make a. I'm gonna use my attack to make a grapple. To try to grab him.
Okay. Go ahead. Let's do it.
Little did you know, this guy also had the escape master feat.
He's half gnome.
And this is my athletics. It can't be my acrobatics.
That's correct.
That is correct.
Unless you got to grab the feet. Ooh, then that's 20 though. But there's no way this kid's gonna make it. I mean, what
That's
are
pretty
the
good.
odds, right?
That's pretty good.
He could also nat 20.
No, he did not nat 20. He's a slippery little bastard, but he did not nat 20.
And can I grab the medal back?
That would be a separate thing. But you have grappled him.
Are we
By the
going?
way, this man is now shouting at the rest of the little shanty town here
Oh
that
god.
one of the guards is trying to Shanghai this kid. And you hear the ruffling of several other tent flaps.
Oh man, they're gonna be coming out with clubs. They're not gonna be happy. Oh no, it's the
The hobos
neighborhood
are
watch.
coming out. And then a
Great.
knight's gonna show up.
Oh no, he walked into Gary, Indiana.
That's actually a good point, because by now you guys are probably starting your approach. But you're not there yet. Okay.
As we start getting there, we see smoke rising from the east side of the city.
You didn't do nothing.
Um. Can I? So I've grappled him. Can I?
Oh, wait
Yeah.
a minute. I forgot something.
What are 3 of the hobos elves?
Oh,
They're
that
all
would be so
elves.
unfortunate.
No, a 7 doesn't hit you. I forgot. He's bloodied, so he gets a
Right.
reaction attack. That's all. Go ahead.
Right. Okay. And then
He kicks
I'm
at your shins.
great. And then I'm going to make sure I have him gripped well, like gripping onto, multiple of the cloths that are around him,
Uh,
and try to hold his hand, grab his arm so that he can't wave it around, and then pull the metal out of his hand.
I think that's just a disarm attempt, which is your attack roll versus his athletics or acrobatics. I think that's what we're gonna go.
Fuck. There's nothing that I can do to get the. Nope, there's nope. Okay.
Yeah. He manages to squirm away and toss the thing over to the other hand before you're gonna get it. And with him kicking at your shins constantly, it's really you're really flustered now. All right. So yeah, for his turn, he's going to attempt to escape your grapple. He's probably not gonna, but it was a try. Yeah. And yeah, then he's going to use his reaction again to try and I think he fails to do anything substantial. At this point, several people appear to be getting out of their tents, and they are yelling at you to leave that kid alone.
I'm. Oof.
You're a town guard. Are you gonna let a bunch of dirty hobos tell you what to do?
No, I'm not. I'm just.
They're kicking
Uh,
your ass.
hmm,
Also, you work for Sir Wolfland. You gonna bring
yeah,
dishonor to your
I'm-
boss?
I'm just trying to figure out if I should. If I should charm him or not.
Just smack the kid a couple times against the wall. He'll give you whatever you want.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna try to grab the thing again.
Okay.
Actually, before you roll, can I change what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Um. Could I, now that I have him grappled, could I pin him to the ground to restrain him?
Yes, you could. That's just, I think, another grapple check.
And if he wins, does he just not get restrained, or does he leave my grapple?
He does not get restrained.
Okay. Rip/fought.
Yeah, he does not get restrained. He's a Weasley one. He's wiry.
Do you see why I hate this kid? Meta, you see why I hate this kid?
It's only
Yeah.
one solution. 1,000 years gulag.
Okay. So for his turn, he's gonna try to escape your grapple.
Then Hobo Joe comes up to smack a hoe.
Yeah, and he is going to flee towards the people in the group.
Okay, how far does he get?
He has 25 feet of movement he can use, and he does to get behind one of those people.
Okay, can I still see him?
Yes.
Okay. I will. Guys, I don't want to do this.
Do
I
it.
want to do this, but
Do
I'm
it.
going
Send
to
him to the
pray.
gulags.
Do
I'm
it.
going to pray and call the light of the silver flame to make this kid do the right thing, and I'm going to cast Charm Person on him. He has to make a wisdom save at advantage.
Send
Nat
him to the
20s it.
gulags.
All right, wisdom save at advantage.
The DC is really low because we all have
Wait,
super
wait.
low stats.
What kind of shitty spell gives them default advantage?
He's
If
hostile.
we're fighting him,
Ah, okay. That makes much more sense.
Shut up and take my money.
I will then look at all of the people and say, this is official state business. Please do not get involved.
Please make a deception check. Because I think they're all pretty sure you're trying to assault this kid. It's like the middle of the night, and you. Okay. Ooh, key. Yeah, this. This guy's basically gonna say, "Jog on, you weirdo. You know, don't you have a job to be doing instead of
Yeah, beating the
Yeah,
shit out
my
of this damn
job is
kid.
to take
Instead
the
of
thing that he
whatever.
stole back.
So whatever your sick perversion is with this kid, it's like they're not happy with you. They're not really listening to you.
Okay. Well,
Well, I
I'm
mean, in
going
the
to
kid's
do-
defense, he is whooping his ass.
Don't defend that kid.
I mean, he hasn't hit me yet. He's just gotten away from me.
Yeah, but you ain't hit him either.
I'm not trying to kill him. If I wanted to kill him, I could have killed him in one shot without him even.
Why
Quitter.
didn't you?
Because
Sure,
I'm
you
a good
could.
aligned character.
1,000 years gulag.
By the way, Emmy, there's a guard approaching now.
Oh shit, the fuzz.
Break his couch.
There's a lot of rabble making a lot of
Okay.
noise. So the regular patrolling guard is coming.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to ignore them and walk
You suck.
towards the group of people and say, I do not want to hurt the kid. I just need the medal that he stole back. If you take it from him and hand it to me, that's it.
Make a persuasion check. Yeah.
Dice gods, please, please just let this fucking work.
Don't pray to your dice gods.
All right. This guy will turn to this kid, and he'll say, you want to give him that that feather thing?" And he's like, he just kind of shakes his head no. And the guy says, "Well, we'll get to the bottom of this," and he's gonna like raise his hand up and wave at that other guard, and tell him, "Kid, if you stole this thing, you might want to give it back before that other guy gets here." And so after like a momentary delay, the kid sighs and hands over the thing.
The medal and the rock feather?
Yes.
The whole thing? Cool. And then the guy hands it to me?
Yes.
Great. I will put it away. I don't know if I have like pockets on me or something. No, I'll just hold it. I'll just hold it, and I'll say, I'll nod my head and I'll say thank you, and then I'll turn around and just walk away.
Several
Kick
of
a
them
kid
you
for being
see are
real
walking
bastard.
towards that other guard. Sounds like they're making a complaint.
That's totally fine.
Okay. About this time, the night shows up, and I think everyone arrives at the bailiff's house. You would see them all.
I would like to hop into an alley before I get to the bailiff's house, and after I'm kind of like around the corner from that skirmish thing that, and drop disguise self, and
Okay.
then wait like a couple seconds, and then walk out the other side of the alley, like to the other street, and then walk all the way back around to wherever the bailiff's house is relative to me.
All right. Yeah.
And then I put the medal away.
Yeah. So this guy walks up to the bailiff's house and he knocks on the door loudly until the bailiff eventually comes down and answers. And he pretty much just walks his way in. He kind of forces his way in like a feigning politeness, but also he's going in that house one way or another kind of way. And he gets to talking to the bailiff, and he insinuates that the bailiff has some good wine in his cellar, and the bailiff should lead us down there, so you can all have some wine. So the bailiff goes and walks over to the wall. He grabs a big set of sturdy iron keys, and he walks over to the door, down to the basement where he walks down, and this knight just stands and sort of offers a hand down, and sort of invites you all to walk in front of him.
Great.
Yeah,
Mass murder.
I'm gonna be close to the bailiff just by instinct. He used to be my
Yeah.
boss, and I like to
Yeah.
think of him as a good guy.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stick next to Agatha.
How to do mass homicide 101.
So the knight is gonna walk down last behind the lot of you. And by the way, you get down here, and the bailiff walks you down to the end of the hall, and you see that this whole cellar, you've been down here before, is just several small cells with sturdy wooden doors and little windows. And the bailiff walks all the way down to the end of the hall, and there's a trunk down there, and he pops it open just as this guy's getting to the bottom of the stairs, and looming over the whole stairwell, really. And the bailiff pops up with a bottle in hand, and he walks it over to the knight. And the knight says, "Many thanks."
Can I inside check this knight? Like, does he feel like he's about to stab us in the back?
Sure, inside check.
I'm gonna do the same. This is really weird.
Yeah.
I'd like to DM inspiration that.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Gilbert, did you know that you had DM inspiration?
I did.
Wow.
Fuck.
All right.
I lost mine.
Wilfred, you don't know what the fuck's happening. You're pretty sure that this is scaring you, though. Agatha,
this
you're
is highly
you're
irregular.
100% sure that this is just an intimidation tactic. He had you all brought down here just so you'd know that.
He could do that.
Yeah. And he's gonna have this wine in his hand, and this is a big bottle of wine, and it looks tiny in his hands. And he's gonna say, "Well, how about I pour a cup for each of you, and then I haul off for the night with the rest of this." And he starts walking back up the stairs.
Let me know when I show up, because I'm
gonna
show up.
whisper to the bailiff, "This guy seems like kind of a dick."
Yeah, what the fuck?
I am not afraid of him.
The bailiff just sighs and shakes his head in the affirmative, like, "Yep."
Nobody stabbed him yet.
And so the bailiff, by the way, is still in his night clothes. So he's in like a loose-fitting shirt and just his underwear. Okay. So he's not thrilled, obviously, to be up at this time of night.
So, like, if we wanted to kill him, we could easily.
The bailiff, yeah, you could probably kill him.
God damn it.
I mean, if we want to fight a
I
knight,
know you're joking.
So by the time the last of you gets up the stairs, the knight's poured a couple of small glasses. But like he's just found a bunch of cups in the bailiff's house and poured a few drinks. And he waits for all of you to take a drink and gives you like a cheer as he goes around. And
check for poison.
alcohol is poison.
How would you like to check for poison?
With a shroom chaser.
Just like smell it, and then like just have like that where they
smells
just
strongly of
pour it
wine.
on their lips, but they don't drink it to see if their lips tingle or whatever signs of poison.
Your lips tingle as if there's like an alcoholic substance on that is, somewhat like not awesome for like that particular kind of tissue.
I'll drink it.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you pour a
So
glass
he
from
I'll
basically
drink
that?
it.
just puts a cup, like a wooden cup, and he does, but it's a full-sized drink, and he hands it to you, but it's you gotta hold it with 2 hands.
That's fine.
If
And,
Idle's getting a glass, she's just gonna wait until Tormund's done with his and then put it in front of him.
well, in any case, after he hands off all the drinks to you, he's gonna basically smack each of your cups with his big bottle of wine, take a big swig of it, and then he's gonna thank the bailiff again, hold the bottle up, and he's gonna reach into a pouch and chuck a couple of gold coins on the end table and walk out onto the street.
Very interesting.
So has this guy seriously not been stabbed?
Now with that full plate,
We could do it if we wanted.
No, but
I'd
like,
never
I hate
drank,
this
by
party
the
so
way.
much. I hate all of you.
I think I'm done for the night, guys.
Have a good night.
Oh, good.
See you, mister.
Why do you hate all of us?
Because we constantly talk about killing everyone.
I mean,
He
I'm
didn't
just
kill
wondering.
anyone
good.
today.
I'm just wondering how someone's
Of all the talk,
asshole.
you guys just let elves live. So some crazy stuff has happened tonight.
Yeah, and the same person's complaining about us killing has assaulted a little kid. So
Sure.
there's that too.
I did not assault the little kid.
That
I
was
grabbed
told.
something
You
out
would
of
have
his
gone to
hands.
jail. You
And
would
was
have
one
gone
of
to
the
jail.
strongest. You were one of the people most strongly arguing for murdering.
Those are
Yeah.
elves. Those are not humans.
That's racist.
Yes, it is.
I would like to say
It's the
that
definition of racism.
I would like to say that if we're going to talk about murdering anyone, we should talk about murdering this guy, because he clearly
Sir
needs to
Guy Gatland.
Sir Gary Gygax. That's his name.
Like,
Sir
Idle-
Guy Gatland.
Idle's not talking about killing him, but she's wondering how he's been such a dick for apparently so long and hasn't been stabbed. But if
'Cause-
somebody else starts a fight, she will help.
Yeah, I don't know. My first impression of Sir Wolfland was a sore winner, and look at him. Now he's our boss. He's not so much of a dick as I thought he was. So
Nice little sword win.
Yeah, but
he's our
this
dick.
guy, this guy,
This guy's just a
a
dick. This guy's just.
Agatha, unless you have something to tell me as the team's medic, we don't really
Cough.
you and I don't have a dick.
No, I'm talking about the sirs. It's obvious we don't have.
And I would like to counter the team's medic thing. Pretty sure you don't have any.
So the
large
bailiff is
medic.
just standing here, and he's taking a swig of his drink, and he's gonna look at Agatha.
Yeah, we should probably see
He's getting-
ourselves out.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir. Have a good night. Sorry about whatever that was about.
He's like,
I cheerfully wave goodbye.
he's gonna look at each of you, and look at the drinks in each of your hands.
I will leave the drink.
I mean, I'd offer a hug, but I don't think you are that kind of person or in that kind of mood. So
He
I should
just
get
kind of
going.
stares blankly at you.
Yeah, I just leave the drink and take off.
Once all
Yep.
of you are out the door, you hear the door close, not very softly. It's not a slam, but it closes louder than you would normally close a door at this time of night, and you
then
hear
lock.
the door lock.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna go pick up my badge from the clubhouse and probably sleep there again.
Apparently, there's now another house we can do whatever in. It's a 30-foot
so
ditch,
so
but you know.
we're not going to go and do the
Your badge.
Oh my god, that's right. Yes, let's do that.
Refresh
we
my.
doing?
Oh, that's right. Do we still want to do that?
Let's
you
let's
doing?
go to the clubhouse first.
Sure.
Okay, so you head to the clubhouse.
Once we're inside and all the doors are closed and feel safely secure. All right.
I do a quick perception check to see if any more scoundrel kids are lurking the street and pigs.
Like 8 of them up in the rafters.
No scoundrels, only rapscallions.
Ah, shoot.
Little Billy and his 12 friends come out of the shadows with knives.
Oh, God.
Wilfred, you get into the building and you realize that you don't see your badge anywhere.
Oh, fuck.
And actually, there's a few little cloven prints, like a pig's been in here.
I'm gonna look up at the ceiling,
Spider pig.
shake my fist at the
Spider
sky, and
pig.
shout, "Pig boy!"
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you guys can do whatever plotting and planning you like, but I think as far as actual content, we're gonna end it for the evening.
Okay.
Very
Perfect
good.
time for me to turn on the party.
Beautiful.
Oh shit, you're doing that too?
Idle's eyes turn purple.
Oh, hell.
Cast Cloud Kill.
The whole house fades away, and you realize you're in the abyss.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Astral Sea.
No.
Oh, you
That'd-
wish.
I have a question. Do we realize we're in the abyss, and is Gilbert standing with us?
No.
There's a dead body at your feet. It looks like Gilbert.
Ooh.
Dun 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 dun.
Alternate
it would
reality.
be even better. Yeah, a strange man poofs into existence right in front of you, and his eyes are glowing purple.
And he has a leather jacket on.
He is wearing a leather jacket.
Oh, shit.
Cast hug on him.
He casts Sunbeam.
and then the cloud kill. But yeah, good
Actually,
session, folks.
I'm pretty sure with the lieutenant, if you try to hug him, he has at will dimension door out of that. That's a reaction.
Probably.
You just kind of grab onto him, he just kind of phases out of existence.
We'll test this theory next week.
Well, that would be Misty's thing. Dimension door actually creates a door that you walk through.
So the session, was pretty well. I expected a lot more spooky things to happen.
This was like the best session in like a long time.
I take all the credit.
Not that the other sessions were bad, but that this one had like a payoff. It was the payoff, and it was really nice to get all the answers.
Because we didn't get all the answers.
We
It
got
turns
enough.
out these guys aren't the ones who have the answers I want. God damn
Yeah.
it, AGR.
Not the elves you're looking for.
And
I
maybe
We have enough to
hashtag
kind of
not
understand.
Your
our
the
elf is in
situation.
another castle.
That has pretty much been this arc for me.
Can we just be over with this arc?
We grab that first elf, break her head on a rock. God Damn it. Grab another elf. Kill that one too. Grab this. Well, sorry. Grab that other elf. Her companion kills her. Then we steal that elf. Then the Duke takes her. Go to get that elf. Capture 2 more. They turn out to be totally unrelated as far as I'm concerned. I will
At least
get
we
those
have a
answers.
general idea of like what's going on,
Oh yeah.
who's in charge,
Just
why.
think about all this knife ears lore we're learning.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And not all knife ears are bad and evil.
I mean, as a
I
player, I could have
wouldn't
told
go
you that.
that far.
Well, this guy seemed all right.
Look, if someone in our party is an elf, they're
Now we
gonna
have an
die.
in.
Did I mention that Emmy is racist?
Yes.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
I'll just remember to bump you off ahead of time, Meta.
Kappa.
It's not
Time
like
to-
I have the highest HP of all of you.
Right, just spend the first session, I don't know, stalking the party, then get mold earth and bury you alive under 10 feet of dirt.
It's the children that you actually have to be wary.
Oh god, yeah, don't fuck with Pig Boy.
If alone
Boy-
or alone with my animal companion, I can move stealthily at normal pace. I am alert to danger even when doing something else. I have the highest passive perception of this group.
That not gonna
Which
stop
is
me from killing
13.
you, slave.
Actually, technically, Nala's owl has the highest
Yeah.
passive perception by far.
Of the players.
The familiar is the extension of the player. Example, Revert and his rabbit. Got him!
I have the second highest passive perception of this group.
Get memed on, kid.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
I have a brilliant plan. Truly, this plan is the most brilliant and not just Gilbert thinking. But what we could do is go to that place where all the elves and changelings are and kill all of them.
Right.